My score prediction, 2-1 United. Cheeto gets his first goal today. Come on, Reds.
Hey guys, hope all is well. Probably not, since we're United fans, but here we are. I feel like we need to see a lot of youth now. You know, I'm getting sick of Casemiro in midfield. I'm getting sick of Erasmus not being able to do anything up front. Maybe it's not all his fault. Personally, I think he should do more. I think he can do more. So I would put it down to Erasmus. Let's go with a outstanding, dominating 2-1 win. I'll go with Cheeto Obi and Rasmus Højlund to score.
Hey, it's Daniel Aerosmith here, the steeple of professional wrestling. I wanted to come on in landscape and give my prediction for the Manchester United versus Ipswich game coming up on Wednesday. My prediction is United win 2-0 with a goal off the bench for Cheeto Obi, scoring his first goal for the club. Come on, the Mighty Reds, when you've got nothing, there's no hope, there's no chance, there's always blind optimism. Up the Reds and up the Paddock.
Hey guys, Ray here from Dublin. Against Everton, despite the performance, we had one or two positives. In the first half, it was definitely Dorgu, and second half is Garnacho's direct running. Potential problem is Garnacho not really passing to Dorgu, not utilising the overlapping runs. What I'd love to see is Garnacho played on the right-hand side and just literally getting the ball across, being less selfish, shooting less, and trying to set up the likes of Højlund and Xerxes and even Fernandez coming in at the edge of the box. If you had him on the right doing that and then Dorgu on the left, I think we could actually create a lot of chances and score a few goals. Today, I think it'll be 2-1.
Hello, I'm Matt, and this is...
Alana.
I think the score is going to be 2-0, Bruno, and then Obi is going to get his first goal for us. What do you think the score is going to be?
4-0.
4-0?
Yeah.
Who's going to score? Do. Cheeto Obi, do. Cheeto Obi, do. Cheeto Obi. Come on, United.
Hello, my name is Lewis from Potato Pro Wrestling. This is my predictions for Man United versus Ipswich. I think Man United have more than enough to beat Ipswich, but I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet. It'll probably be 2-1. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory, and I'm hoping for an Obi start. Hope Obi will be on the pitch for most of the game and maybe get the winning goal. Fingers crossed. Let's go, United!
Hi. So my prediction for tonight's game is that it will be a really boring first half. Then after 50 minutes, Liam Delap will score. Then we'll do nothing for half an hour. Then we'll bring on Cheeto. He'll score 2. We'll get really excited and start saying United are back. We're doing a title charge. And then on Sunday, we'll get put out of the FA Cup by a 92nd minute Adama Traore winner. Because that's United.
Well, lads, it's John from Manchester. I say United will win 2-1. Probably 1-0 down at half-time, and then as always, we suddenly know the tactics in the second half. So 2-1 United.
I think we will just scrape a win, a 2-1 win against Ipswich. But again, I don't think there'll be much to cheer, much to be pleased about. I hope I'm wrong, obviously. I want nothing more than the boys to do really well. But can't see us turning the corner and flipping a switch from poor to excellent. So, 2-1.
Back again, Prima predicts it's return at Old Trafford. Didn't do too well this season, so I'm going for a clean seat, 3-0 or not. 2-1 up the way and up the paddock.
All right, lads, 30 seconds or less, right? So, if I'm going to give a score prediction, I think United pull it out 2-1. But it's going to be so bad. Oh. Up the paddock.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the watch-along, Manchester United versus Ipswich. Thank you for all your pre-show predictions there. Some fantastic ones, brilliant stuff. I'm joined by Scotty. How are you?
I'm really, really good. Cheers, Joe.
Despite factors on the pitch.
Yeah, I just try and block that out once the final whistle.
Ronaldo's here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I feel like I know where this is going. Go on.
What?
I'm all right, man.
Good.
You're gonna
And Nathan Ellington's here as well. Good to Nathan. Hello, Nathan. How are you? Oh, you'll be here in 15 minutes. Cool. See you then. Manchester United then facing Ipswich tonight in the Premier League. These little midweek Premier League games always feel a little bit odd. It feels like it should be a cup match, but it's not. It's a Premier League game. We've got the team news already. Let's just get straight into the team news and we can kind of build our way out from there. So we've got Onana. This is the first time I'm seeing this actually. We've got Onana in goal, De Ligt, Maguire and Yoro. Then we have Dorgu, Fernandes, Ugarte and Dalot with that sort of now kind of semi-permanent front three of Garnacho, Xerxes and Holland. I think we've seen that. Is it 3 games in a row we've seen that now? Those front three. I'll start with you, Ronaldo. First sort of thoughts. What do you make of that team? Bearing in mind, obviously, Eriksen, Casemiro and Mazraoui on the bench as well in terms of first team players.
No, that was actually one of the lineup I did predict, because I know Mazraoui did suffer a little bit of a knock in the last game, and it was a little bit of a doubt for this one. But looking at it, that's probably as strong as we can go for this game outside of Mazraoui. And I did think he would drop Bruno into the pivot so we can go a little bit more offensive. We're at home against Ipswich, who haven't been in great form in a game that we must win. And we showed how inept we've looked going forward, especially with the double wing backs, even though Dorgu was probably our most threatening player against Everton for large parts of it. But for me, that's a line that should get the job done. When I'm looking at the back four of Ipswich, the form and the quality difference between the two teams, we should be winning. And that's a team that struggles to score goals, but you won't probably get a much better opportunity other than maybe Southampton to score against a team that isn't renowned for being very sound defensively. But I can't really criticise that lineup too much. It's not going to be perfect. We have injuries, we have players out. Didn't really kind of bump up the attacking options in January either. But for me, that should get the job done, and if it doesn't, we're in trouble.
Yeah, what do you make of that side?
Yeah, I'm really optimistic, like Ronaldo was saying there. It's a team on paper that should be Ipswich, but how many teams have we played before where on paper we should have had a decent result against the likes of Southampton and so on. I get nervous when I see De Ligt and Maguire playing, but if De Ligt's playing over on the right-hand side, I'm a little bit more comfortable, because I felt against Everton, his distribution of the ball on that left-hand side, he just looked completely lost. And while Dorgu had a great game, I just feel like the runs he was making, De Ligt wasn't finding any of them. But yeah, it's a strong lineup. It's interesting what Amarim's doing with Fernandes, and that seems to be one position that he doesn't seem to have cemented down what he wants him to play. Is it a number 10 further up the field, like Gary Neville was talking about? Or when you look at the Everton game when Fernandes dropped deeper, that changed the sort of dynamic of the game in the second half. So I'm happy to see him play further back.
It feels like Fernandes is almost getting that treatment that we've seen. We saw Rashford get it, we saw Martial get it to a certain extent, Bruno's had it before as well, where it's like, you're good enough to play somewhere other than your main position, and the people in that position who aren't you aren't good enough to do that. Like, Bruno can play in more than one position. Garnacho can't really in this formation. You know, we've tried Xerxes in a different couple of areas, but Casemiro, the manager clearly doesn't fancy him, so we need someone in that midfield. It's like Bruno, he'd probably play him up front if, you know, Højlund got injured, because he can kind of do a little bit of everything. So it's almost like you don't actually get to play in your main position as often as you might like, because you happen to be good quality and versatile. So I feel a little bit sorry for Bruno, but whether he ends up in that number 10 role or that kind of, you know, number 8 role that we're seeing him now, I assume he's going to start pretty much every game he's fit for United, especially, you know, unless the squad gets a hell of a lot better than it currently is. Just worth mentioning as well, United have only named 8 subs for this game, which is obviously normally 9. Again, just sort of a testament to how thin the squad is at the minute. I know we've got a couple more older players on there this time in Lindelof, Mazraoui, Eriksen and Casemiro, but again, Gracic, Harrison, Heaven and Obi all on the bench as well. What do you make, Ronnie, of Obi? Because we saw him for, 3 minutes against Tottenham. Didn't, no, it's hard to make an opinion on him there. It was more like 30 minutes the other day. Do you like what you see from him? Do you see any differences to Højlund? Do you think he'll fit in the system? Again, small sample size, but what did you make from that sort of 25-30 minutes we saw?
No, you are right. It was a small sample size, but I do think he bothered the centre-halves of Everton a little bit more than Højlund did in a short space of time. I did think he looked a little bit nervy, which is understandable.
Yeah,
he definitely had to grow into the game. It's not necessarily easy being a 17-year-old coming on at Goodison Park, where it's a very energetic physical side, and the stadium and the fans can be quite overwhelming in a sense if you've not experienced it before. So I think he needed a little bit of time to acclimatise to that, but he grew into it.
Yeah.
And when the ball did come into him, he looked like he belonged more physically. Anyway, I'm not gonna go as far as a lot of people have been saying, and that like he came on and he was phenomenal and he should definitely start, because I think with youngsters like that you need to take your time. I know United, we're desperate almost as fans for almost a bit of a shining light or something, or a bit of a saviour.
Yeah.
Chiro Obi is obviously a youngster with a lot of potential, and I thought he looked physically ready, but I think we need to give him a little bit more time to ease him in, especially with the dynamics of the squad being as bad as they are and the team not being in good form. I thought I was impressed, and there's enough to work with, and hopefully he gets a little more time today. But I feel like getting these cameos, being in and around the first team, learning how to prepare, and almost like gaining that type of experience will stand him in good stead. And he should be eyeing the fact that Xerxes and Højlund are not firing, and he should see it as an opportunity to take it when he does get the chance. But I don't want us to be putting crazy lofty expectations on him now.
It's going to happen though, isn't it? Not necessarily from us, but as soon as he plays a few games for United, it will be, all of a sudden he goes from being, we love him, he's amazing, he's the best player, to, he's not 2 goals in 9 appearances. Is he work? Like it just happens every single time. Hopefully not.
That's a Twitter mentality. Like I've even seen some Arsenal fans already started counting, saying 002 already.
For Cheetah?
Yeah.
Well, they need that though, don't they? They need this to not work
it's funny,
out
mate. It's
for their own ego.
It's gimmicky, but that's what you expect.
Mika says, what does Nate think of the lineup?
He's giving you the silent treatment.
No, it's a shame that, isn't it? Although Ali does say Nathan made a great point there. Pinardo says Ronaldo found the roids. Look at that.
No. Hey, I found...
in contrast, Javan Andre says Ronaldo in the medium top. So is it the roids or is it the size of the top?
There's 2 things. I found the gym, and also I've got a child's age 12.
Yeah,
size, man. It's kind of. Now, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie to you. Not to gloat and not to boast. This is actually medium top.
Is it?
You know what I mean? I'm just massive.
Unbelievable. I mean, if we're going through comments and positives, let me just read this one out. This is from Iyanu Ogunjobi. It says, this guy with the long hair should be on a beauty show, not YouTube, not football. Yeah. So, what do you mean? Beauty show?
I'll take it. Well, not with.
I think he means me.
Oh, it must be you, because can't be me. Not with this current hairstyle.
No,
anyway,
it could be you actually, couldn't it?
Hairs
I
on the
didn't
back.
think about that.
Hairs on the back end of it, so I take that as a compliment.
Are we talking football?
Ianu, did you when you said about someone should be on a beauty show? Did you mean me or Ronaldo? Just say me, because
Scotty doesn't like me being complimented. Got a couple compliments in the chat. It's like, move it on, let's talk about
all of a sudden we need to move things on a little bit.
More important things than your small top, man.
Now, when Scotty came to the other watch-alongs all bearded up and that. Yeah. And he was getting bare compliments.
Oh, here we go. Danny Dude says the guy with the short hair is devilishly handsome too.
Yeah.
Oh, like, keep
exactly.
Going now, isn't it?
He was getting the compliments the other day. He was lapping it up. Sat here, I remember.
Yeah, I'm glad my mum's watching.
Killian Wallace says Scotty's the best looking. So I don't know. Best looking what though? What category? So we've got our own categories. We can all do our own thing. So
what? Beauty of the beholder.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know the phrase anymore.
Do you use like foundation and stuff, like cream?
I don't use foundation, but I have skincare. Yeah.
Do you have a routine?
Yeah, just face wash and face moisturizer, Neutrogena.
Some nice creams.
Got a combination of 3.
Mitchune says the guy with no hair is a dreamboat. Where is he? There he is. Look at that, no hair or face to work with, so you can't knock him. Ed Fallon says semi-permanent front 3, semi-permeable back 3. Yeah, that is a bit of an issue. Just on the back 3, I think Maguire last couple of games or last 2 or 3 games for me has looked poor. He's been looked back to being shaky again. He had a good spell and he's having a little bit of a tough time at the minute. I think not playing next to Martinez really hurts him because it exposes and forces him to do more on the ball that he's not great at doing. Do you like Yora next to him, Scotty, or do you think would you be going for? I guess Mazraoui is the only other option, but
I think Mazraoui's form and he needs taken out the lineup for a rest because he's not been brilliant recently. I mean, we're down to our bare bones, aren't we, when it comes to defenders?
Yeah.
Maguire has fell off the pace. I've not been that impressed with De Ligt since we signed him. To be honest, I think he's a decent defender. but I just think he's a little bit lumbersome and doesn't seem to get the ball out of his feet enough. But yeah, there's still going to be mistakes in him because he's still a young lad, so you're not too sure what performance you're going to get from him. But I think it all starts from Onana in terms of the nervousness of the defence, and I don't want to set it off on social media, but I just don't think he's good enough to be Manchester United's goalkeeper. And he sort of sets the confidence, I think, early on with his some of his like distribution.
Yeah, it's a problem, isn't it, when your keeper's kind of under scrutiny, and we've seen it a lot over the last. To be honest, ever since I've been doing YouTube, De Gea was under scrutiny, and then Onana's been under scrutiny. We've never had like, I know De Gea has been a settled keeper at United, but there's always been question marks about him from 2020 onwards, really. And then, now into Onana as well. It does feel as though it's such a fundamental issue to deal with when your goalkeeper's being questioned and letting balls in or making errant passes or whatever it may be. How much of it do you think, Ronnie, is Onana's just ability or lack of ability? How much of it is the pressure of United? How much of it is the fact that we don't play out from the back very well, so the spaces aren't there that he's used to? We take on more shots than we normally should do for a team of our size. What's contributing to Onana's sort of bad form, do you think, or is that just who he is?
Do you know what? Makola made a good point on Monday where Onana actually doesn't have a huge kind of like resume. He doesn't have a largely impressive resume. It's not like he's been a world-class keeper for years. He's one of those where he broke onto the scene mostly from before his move. Was it one season maybe for Inter Milan, where I think he was Champions League keeper of the tournament, and for Ajax he was just decent. He was okay, but his contract ran down and did he go to Inter for free?
Yeah, I think because he had the drugs ban for a while in there as well. I'm not sure the exact time of that, but it was a free move to Inter. So
largely United have signed Onana off one season in a sense of really top play, which is always dangerous. And I think he's come in, and I think what we've seen is probably what he is, someone that can be decent sometimes, but he's always susceptible to a mistake. And unfortunately, as a goalkeeper, having any sort of susceptibility is quite damning, especially when you're playing for teams where there's high scrutiny and there's high stakes for most games that you play. And he also did come in to be one of the best ball playing keepers.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that really since he's been here much. A lot of people could say that could be the dynamics of the way we set up, and we've not really had the systems to play out from the back decent enough. But I don't think that doesn't account for him sometimes kicking the ball out of play or being a little bit too lethargic and wayward. And for me, I think sometimes does Onana get on your nerves a bit, where like he does this kind of forced relaxed vibe on the ball where he takes a little bit too long,
like he's got
where he
loads
tries
of time.
to look like he's got loads of time and he's under control and he's this techie guy, and then he'll do it, and then he'll play the pass he could have played a few seconds earlier. I know sometimes that's trying to bait the press, but I think he doesn't. He actually invites it, and then he gives it to the defenders when the players are under pressure.
Well, let's ask Nathan Ellington over there. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
We've been cut into an empty chair as a sort of running joke.
I know, I've been watching.
But now the chair has been filled. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good.
How are you feeling? Well, we'll talk about Onana. We'll go through the team again in a second. I guess you've already seen it. But on Onana, what do you make of him as a goalkeeper and the form that he's in at the minute?
It's funny because it just seems like he's missing a lot of the basics that, the things that you expect him to do and expect every keeper to be able to do. They're the things that he kind of falls down on. It's like lack of concentration kind of things. And then I think he's very comfortable on the ball, left foot, right foot. He can do whatever he wants with it. And like you said there, he does, always look like, even if he makes a big mistake, he wants to make it look like, water off a duck's back, no problem. I keep going. And it probably is that. He does look like he actually means it. But it's too many mistakes are happening nowadays. And for me, it was like, when we brought him in instead of De Gea, we knew De Gea, like with his feet, wasn't so good. But everything else about his game was really good. So then when he came in, I was thinking, okay, at least we'll have the footwork side. And then we're going to have to basically put up with the mistakes from the handling side or the positioning side. And we're still going to concede. And we're still going to be upset. It's just a different way of conceding, which De Gea did. So for me, I feel like it's becoming a problem now where I think we do need to start looking at bringing someone else in.
I think you've made a good point there, that you kind of switching what the weaknesses are a little bit, because other than maybe Alisson, it's very hard to find a world-class shot stopper and someone who's world-class with their feet. And I'm not saying Onana's world-class with his feet, but I think he's very good with his feet, and at times he can be maybe pushing towards world-class when he's got confidence when he's playing a good team.
Yeah.
But I think that once again we're seeing like him being pushed into doing the stuff he's not good at more often than he should be. Like look at Edison, I know he's never been a great shot stopper again, but this season and some of the games from him in the last sort of 12 months when City have maybe not been quite as good, he looks awful. Like they were talking about him needing to be replaced at City not long ago. Was it the Liverpool game or the Tottenham game? One of them, the pundits were saying, is it time for Edison to move? And you think, he's never been a great shot stopper. But now, because they're taking more shots on than they used to, because he can't do this kind of, smooth operator kind of quarterback thing, because the centre-backs aren't as good in front of him, everyone's a bit more nervy. He looks like the positives don't outweigh the negatives anymore. And I wonder if we're kind of in that situation with Onana. If you put him in Liverpool's goal, or you put him in, a flying Man City's goal, he might look just like Edison did. But at United, you don't get to play out from the back as much because we can't, stop the press very well. So our centre backs are shitting it every time, and they've got no space. You're taking more shots against you than you would like for a top team. So we're just seeing the worst of him. But it feels like every player you look through that squad, we're seeing the worst of him. And that's really difficult. That's one of the problems when you're in bad form. It feels like everyone's getting their negatives just kind of thrown in your face and no chance to expose the positives, isn't it?
Yeah, that's certainly the case. And the problem is that there doesn't seem to anyone taking ownership for it, whether having mistakes. Everyone's just looking around. And as much as Bruno's a great captain, I just don't. Nobody seems to be like turning around and going, you need to sort your head out. There's no ownership or taking accountability for the mistakes. And it's just a massively fragile unit. And that's why games like tonight against an Ipswich, these are opportunities. Yes, everyone wants to win, but you can make it an emphatic performance to go out there and maybe sort of stop this sort of lack of confidence that's seeped in across the squad.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think, Ronnie, looking forward a little bit? Dorgu, Dallo, are we in obviously Dorgu's a new signing. Do you see someone in Dorgu that could go on to be a high output kind of goal and assist kind of wing back, or do you think he's going to be the slightly more defensive, hard-working wing back on one side to maybe a winger on the other side? What I
like about what I've seen from Dorgu is he's been good defensively, especially 1v1, and he's good physically. And what I like about the signing is he can play left wing back, and he looks comfortable doing so, and actually looks like he suits the position. But it's the fact that he can play in different systems, so he's not almost like like overly specific in being a left wing back. He's able to play left back as well. He's even played out wide. So in case systems change or anything happens in the future where it becomes a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, like God forbid, if anything happens to Van Rim or if he just makes some sort of adaptation, you don't have someone that can only play wing back and you not play with wing backs anymore. I think that's obviously a positive. But I think Dorgu has been solid since he's come in. And he's only 20 years old and looks like he has quite a lot of potential. Like his profile has been the base of our recruitment, because what I saw with him at Everton was he has an extra gear on and off the ball that the rest of the team doesn't. And I think that's why he was able to...
From a physical perspective or a mentality thing?
Physical gear. Like a gear, speed, athleticism, physicality.
Yeah.
And I thought he was the only player that could match their team and their players in that instance. I think that's why he looked so decent, because he was actually able to compete in duels physically, and he was able to get behind people with his pace, and that showed that we don't have enough of that in the team. And I think when we recruit him, we do need to improve the athleticism of the team. We've been saying it for time. Dorgu's come in who fits that, and I think it showed, especially against Everton. So I looked at it and thought he just has a little bit of extra bit of pace, bit of power, bit of physicality that we don't have enough of in the rest of the team.
Yeah, there's a lack of, like, someone like Ugarte or Bruno, for example, very tenacious, hard-working. They've got a great engine, but they're not great athletes, I wouldn't say. If you're looking at 40-yard dash kind of times, I don't imagine Bruno Fernandes being particularly quick. We do tend to lack players like that. Xerxes not particularly quick. I think the back three, maybe Yoro's a little bit quicker, and again, they're big lads, so probably over 100 metres they can cover ground well, but those first 20-30 yards, they're not, Maguire's not rapid, we all know that. De Ligt, I think, is the same. We do kind of lack athletes in the team. You look on the bench, Casemiro, 30 yards. I'd probably beat him over 30 yards these days. Ericsson the same, Lindelof again. It is weird that we've kind of accidentally built a team that sort of lacks athletes a little bit, isn't it? And I feel like the Premier League's gone in these weird like waves and cycles. Like it always used to be kind of big, strong guys, and then it went to being small, kind of technical, Juan Matas, David Silvas, and then now we're kind of back to that like your defenders are 4 quick, strong centre backs, and then you've got sort of athletes throughout the team. It seems less you need to be technical and athletic, but if you don't have the athletes, you just struggle to do anything. Did you see? I know we talk about it all the time when you're on, Nathan, but Rasmus Højlund. Did you see what Amram said about Rasmus Højlund in his press conference? So he was speaking and talking about how he's got very good traits. He's very quick. He puts the ball in the back of the net at difficult sort of chances. Yeah. But at times he makes the wrong runs, and sometimes he's so desperate to get on the ball that he drags himself out of position where he should be in the danger area, and instead he's trying to come get the ball because he's sort of feeling stressed that he hasn't had a touch. Do you think that a shift in confidence and mentality could bring a lot out of Højlund, or are you is he another one that you're sort of starting to worry about? Because I feel like the tide is turning on public opinion on Højlund.
Yeah, you know what? He's one of them players that if you put the ball in the box for him, he'll be in them areas to score more often than not. He's you can see he's trying to get in them areas, but obviously not now. But what I'm saying is, if last season, how many goals did he get? He got that because as any striker playing in that position for that amount of games, you should be able to get in a position and get that amount of goals. And that's why I thought this season he'd probably get another 15, maybe pushing to get season, maybe pushing closer to 20 since the team has got better. But it's not. And that, for me, when I look at him, I just see a lot of things that he needs to improve on, like his hold-up play. He shows the defender the ball too often. He's so left-footed that even if the player comes from the left side, he doesn't even want to control it right foot and keep it away from him. He'll rather control it left foot, and then he does this chop all the time. He continues doing the same chop. It's like he's not thinking about when to use his chop either. And then he'll get the ball where strikers, it's their dream to get the ball in behind and you're one-on-one with the defender. And he'll do all the hard work, get into position one-on-one, and then just stop and pass it back. That's your...
What if that's you then? What are you doing there? The ball's come over, it's you, he's centre back in front of you, 30 yards from goal. What should he be doing? What would you be doing?
I'm looking at how can I beat my man, or not even have to beat him. How can I open up, fake and cut the other way and get a shot off? He can hit the ball with both feet. I could do the same, so people wouldn't go, I'll put him on his left, or I could do the same with my left or my right. So for me, it was like, I can just go step over, go to the right or go to the left and get a powerful shot towards goal in the corner. That's what you train for. You train at going at a cone, taking it one side and hitting it before the defender's able to even get his leg over to block a shot. I don't see him trying that. He only did it once. I was saying this a lot of times in my group last season, and I remember all of a sudden he comes and does it against Villa at home. I think it was Villa at home.
Was that the one on his right foot on the edge of the box?
Yeah, he pushes it and then hits it and he scores. I'm like, finally, you can actually do it. So why are you not trying to do that game in, game out? That's what Jermaine Defoe would do if you...
Defoe was an absolute master.
Unbelievable.
Just finding half a yard and
touch bang. I'm like, oh my gosh, the guy shot before his leg moved. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, that's what you want to see from strikers, though.
Yeah.
Goals that you can score that no defender can stop. That's what I say to my son now. I say, look, I know you can score goals at this level, but I want you to score goals that even if the strongest, fastest, biggest defender is up against you, he ain't saving it. He ain't gonna block you because you're just too good. And that's just faking shots. Dropping a shoulder, and getting it open and getting a shot off. That's all you need.
Do you think that's down to him sort of learning the job in many ways as being centre forward at United? Because he's not the finished product, is he? But he's having to put there due to a necessity of us not having a prolific goal scorer. So he's having to sort of learn to play that role.
How old is he now?
22.
So
I'll double check.
By the time I was 22, he's already played from 17 to 22. No one was saying to me like he's not learned enough yet in the game. Like, I learned everything in them first 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, that I needed to know, and then you could polish up the rest. Like, you're not gonna... You can learn more, of course, but I don't feel like there's much teaching going to be going on with strikers. 17 years in the game, I had one teacher, and that was at Bristol Rovers, Gary Penrice. Anyone knows about him. Top coach. Like, he actually taught me how to be a striker, not be better, hold it up better. Okay, but how do you hold it up better?
Yeah.
Has he been told how to hold it up better? Probably not. Okay, score. You got to score them. That's not good. Anyone can say it. We could all say you got to score them, but how to score them?
That's the problem with that discourse, isn't it? Because people talking about Højlund and saying, making references to his age and saying that, like progression and like potential isn't always linear anyway. Højlund might not necessarily get much better. There's no guarantee that he will. Obviously, there's hope because obviously, how old is he? 21, 22?
Just turned 22, yeah.
22 years of age. Still a young boy, but not everyone has this type of like upward trajectory in terms of getting better. Sometimes they might not actually be.
Most
much.
players don't get any
do you know what I mean? So
from 20 years.
And then people then refer to anomalies or success stories and say, how good was Gyökeres at 22, or how good was Salah at 22?
At 20, he'd only scored 15 goals. You're like, yeah, but then he scored 70 goals a year.
They think exactly what happened to him will definitely happen to Højlund. It doesn't work like that. You got to have hope that it will. Obviously, there's time on your side, I guess, but there is no guarantee that people that are 22, 23 improve much more than it gets. Some might plateau, some might even get worse. Sometimes injuries, etc. So you just got to be hopeful, but you've got to actually see signs of encouragement of that way anyway, because there's also that thing of Højlund's come to United. We don't know whether he went to somewhere else. He could actually be further along than he is now, because as you said, who you're being coached by, the environment you're in can actually have a big impact on your development. It's actually ironic because for the people that do scream and shout saying that Garnacho's only 20 and Højlund's only 22, so they're guaranteed to get like 50, 60, 7% better. They're actually probably at one of the only clubs where you can guarantee that probably won't be the case, because United don't have little to any examples over the last 10 years of progressing players with potential or developing players at all. So the funniest part is if there was somewhere else, you could actually be a bit more encouraged by that. But at United haven't really shown that over the years. Players usually get worse here or plateau and then do better when they go elsewhere.
I think there's almost like self-fulfilling prophecies as well in that regard. Like if you go to Dortmund or Brighton or a club like that, and where it's like it's kind of understood that you go there for a few years, you get better, your value goes up, someone buys you. Benfica's another one that somehow, even though they haven't particularly kicked out, world-class player after world-class player, they get big money for players all the time. Like I said, Dortmund and Brighton are the same. You just sort of, it almost kind of happens because the environment is so finely tuned to do that. Like, I know Caicedo's a very good player, but I think if another team was selling him that wasn't known to be this kind of like factory of great decision making, he probably wouldn't have cost 110 million. And I think, like Evan Ferguson, very promising young player. I know he's dropped off a bit now, but if he wasn't at Brighton, if he was at Sunderland, no one would have said he was even potentially worth 100 million. Like certain clubs have this reputation, and the players that go there almost kind of fulfil that by accident. Like if Højlund was at Dortmund now, and he maybe was second choice or he's coming through as a first choice, he would have such a more sort of well-regarded reputation. He'd be doing it on a different level. You just know he would.
There's a pedigree in there at certain clubs and the people
it just
come
happens, doesn't it? And at United, like you said, Ronnie, it's no coincidence that we've had this completely disrupted, underperforming, huge scrutiny squads over the last 10 years with different players in, other than, Johnny Evans or whoever, who's even been here throughout all these squads. And I'm not blaming Johnny Evans for this, obviously. Like, regardless of generation, players come to United, and because it's so disjointed and such a mess, no one gets better. Everyone just, like you said, plateaus or gets worse. I don't think it's the players. I don't think we've happened to just pick 60 of the least improvable players in Europe over the last 10 years. Yeah. I think the environment doesn't allow for it. And when you've got failures and managers getting sacked every 18 months, no one can get up there and stay consistent. Like, look at Rashford. He tried his best. He got 20 goals, 15 goals, 30 goals, 6 goals. And then it's like, he's got so much potential, but he couldn't stay up at that top level. And I think part of that, obviously, is his own decision-making. But part of it's just been impossible to do so at United over the last 10 years. Almost, and that's the kind of thing that Ineos and Amorim are trying to sort out now. No one really knows how to fix it. We've got a few super chats. Right and Wrong says, I've subscribed to Joe's OnlyFans longer than I've been subscribed to Stretford Paddock. Thank you, but if there is an OnlyFans with my name on it, I may need to take them to court because that was not sanctioned by me, I will say that. Steve M says someone needs to test Dalu for narcolepsy, given how often he falls asleep during games. That's harsh, but God. I'm sure they do that sort of testing at Carrington. Joshua Bowater, Ipswich were the last team to beat us at Old Trafford when we were leading at half time, dating back to 1984. Won't need to worry about that tonight because we need to score in the first half for that to happen. But that stat you see all the time. Last time United lost a game at home, having led at half time. I didn't know it was Ipswich in 84, did you?
No, I didn't know that.
So in Sir Alex's whole time at United, we didn't lose once at home when we were leading at half time.
It's crazy, isn't it?
That's incredible. Isn't it? Just like if you concede first against United,
that's it, it's over.
1 point max.
Record still stands, doesn't it?
It still stands.
Still stands.
How? I don't know how. But because, like I said, because we're never leading at half time, you can't lose it, can you?
That's we're
usually behind, and then we're having to sort of force it. Lisandro says, I fear that Delap is going to shit house Maguire from the first kick-off. Delap's a decent player, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm worried about that too.
Yes.
To be fair. But let me mention something on Højlund though as well, because he's got some attributes that you like about the player. He's fast.
Yeah.
He's a unit. He has shown strength. When he first game against Arsenal, he bruited centre back off the play. I don't think it's Saliba or it was Gabriel. It's Gabriel.
Yeah.
So he's been able to do that. You've seen him actually use skills at the right time. You've seen him dribble from halfway line in Europe and dink the keeper at the end. You've seen him hit a ball top corner. So he's got attributes. It's like having the golf bag and having all the clubs there. But that's not all you need. Like I keep saying this, like there's people with attributes and then it's how you use your attributes. So you need your intelligence and your imagination to be able to bring that to life at the right times in the pitch. And that's the thing, that's the difference. He's got the right things. So I can say, okay, his potential in my mind is like, okay, he could really be, a very good domestic player. I think he could really do a job for us, like 20 goals a season, no problem, if he was using what he has at the right times at the right place. Because United are playing the way they are, he's now going to be lower on morale, so he's not going to be using his imagination. I remember exactly what it's like when I was under pressure and the manager's shouting in your ear and everyone feels like they're under the pressure of not scoring. Remember Derby when they played and they didn't score, they didn't win any games the whole season from halfway when Paul Jewell took over. I joined Derby that season once they got relegated. They hadn't won a game since the turn of December to the end of the Premiership season.
Was that 5 months?
Yeah, and then they played the first game and we lost at Doncaster at home, our first game in the Championship. So imagine how angry he was. The next game, but I hadn't been part of that, so I didn't feel anything. But after that first game, I realised, wait a minute, this guy's proper angry with everyone. And I remember the game, the cup game, the second game after that, I was playing and I remember even to this day getting a chance and just hitting it. Because I thought, at least the manager sees that I didn't mess about and I tried to just hit it.
Yeah.
And then I said to myself, what am I doing? Like, that's not what I would do. The guy's there in the way, let me fake it and score. So I scored with 1 second to go and we got 1-1 in the cup game and it was extra time. I went on and scored 2 more goals. One of my best goals actually. But that's because my mindset in the game was, right, I'm not playing like that. I'm being me. Let me be me. Otherwise, if I'm not me, you might as well take me off. And that's what Højlund's doing at the moment. I feel like he's not even him. Because the way we're playing such bad football, he's just playing simple stuff. Like a player gets in front and go one-on-one. You might just hit it at the keeper.
Yeah.
But if you're confident, you might just dink the keeper. Or you might just go, oh, fake, round him.
Round him, yeah.
That's the difference.
I feel like a lot of the squad is doing that. They're just doing like anything they can to keep their chin above the water. Like, we're all drowning and we can't think about swimming. We're just flapping. Like, the whole thing is just treading water at best, isn't it? Steve Doyle says, force Rasmus's involvement, keep giving the ball to him. I mean, if we can, we'll see. I mean, one thing I do want to see today, Scotty, is Garnacho and Dorgu
trying
to come up with some kind of link up. There's been a lot of times where
Manchester, you see, I've pointed out.
Like you're saying, where Dorgu is trying to make that run, and Garnacho is kind of doing his like, I'm going to win this for us.
Yeah.
I want to see a little partnership there. Do you think that can work? Do you think we can see Garnacho add that kind of selflessness to his game?
I think so. I think that's improved since they had that little tuffle with Amorim after was it the Manchester derby when he dropped him for a game. And he's certainly getting more when he's going forward. He's looking up when he's crossing the ball into the box. And it has to work with Dorgu because as United fans, this should be the first piece in the Amorim jigsaw, really. That's like the Dorgu, when we've seen him perform, he was the best player against Everton, and he has been a bright spark. So you've got to say, right, well, this is the germ now, isn't it? What the rest of it's got to grow from. So you hope that can develop, and going up against an Ipswich defence that's conceded 4 in the last 3 games, is it, or something?
Something like that, yeah. They got, 6-4-4, something. They're conceding. They went from being like tight and cagey.
Shh, don't talk facts.
Yeah, and losing to now just getting battered. I mean, Kieran McKenna, Ronaldo, would you say he's got a point to prove? What do you think his relationship is with United in his head? Because he obviously had some decent times here as a coach, but he got a lot of stick toward the end. He was part of the no tactics, just vibes coaching staff that kind of went with Ole.
Don't think he got that much stick, really. All he was a first team coach. It was mostly Ole was like the headmaster, so to speak. There's no aggro with Kieran McKenna at all. I think he was able to better himself. He went on in his career and got a head coaching job, and he's done extremely well with an Ipswich side that are not meant to be where they are, and a lot of that is down to him.
Yeah.
And the team he's created and the tactics and how he's kind of built him in his image. He's been brilliant, and I think he was punching above his weight early on in the season as well with the team and the players he's got, because his team was largely had a lot of players that were with them in League One.
Yeah.
And it is a championship level side that he's got, and I think he's been doing extremely well, almost the same way Thomas Frank had with Brentford, but he was lucky enough to stay in the competition and then actually build the team with more money and get higher level of players in. But I think Kieran McKenna's been brilliant, and he's had some good coach performances, but as you know happens in the league, you revert back to the mean, and I think the results that they have been getting, I know they've still had a couple of decent ones, like beating Chelsea recently, and they beat Tottenham as well away from home. But I don't think the team was ever really strong enough to compete in what is a very tough league now, where there's every chance that it's going to be back-to-back seasons where all 3 promoted teams get relegated straight away, which tells you how strong the Premier League's gotten. And people argue that at the top it's got worse, but the reason why the promoted teams are getting relegated so often now is because the teams in the bottom half of the table have got stronger.
That from sort of 13th to 4th is, and some of the names in that sort of group of teams from Tottenham, Brentford, Brighton, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Villa, Fulham, Palace. Any one of those can beat any team in Europe on any given day. Like, there's so much quality in that sort of block of teams. I'm leaving us out of it annoyingly, but even up to Forest, who, what was it, last season were trying to stay in the league. Now they're looking like Champions League football. It is really hard, especially for a team like Ipswich, like you said, who just don't really have the squad. But they're only 5 points from safety with a game in hand. So it's not, obviously that game in hand is against us, but it's not out of the realms of possibility for them. It's kind of Wolves keeping their hopes alive a little bit. Looking at the league table, Nathan.
Yeah.
If you've been in situations, have you been relegated as a player? You have.
Yep.
Sorry to
been both promoted, relegated.
So right, well that works then. So when you got relegated, I know obviously United aren't going to get relegated, but there's an air of like, do you have that like, what's the point? It's done anyway, or because when I watch Man United, we look like at times we think we're shit anyway. We're not going to get Europe. We're not going to get relegated. What is the point? Do you ever get that feeling as a player of like, it's done now anyway, but who cares?
Do you know why I say that? Because Nathan, me and him were laughing upstairs saying, if you watch Southampton the last few games, they look like
they know they're relegated.
They look like
I know. Obviously, you weren't in a position
tossed it off basically.
Yeah, getting 9 points. But
fair, you know what? We want to win every single game. For me, all I've seen is we're struggling. But, we still, when it's mathematically able to be done, you're just continuously trying and thinking, okay, we can't lose any more games. This is the game, guys. You know, even when it gets down to that one game, like we still got a chance, guys. We still can win this next game, even if it's against the top team. We have to win this game. And then even when you lose, okay, it's for pride now. You got to win for pride. You're playing let's say for example, you're playing in the Prem, and that might be their last few games in the Prem ever.
Yeah.
So do they want to go out and go, oh, who cares? They're gonna go, I want to win. I want to score. I want to defend. I want to not let goals in my last games. I want to be the best version of myself until we go down. That's what you got. You can't be getting battered like 9-0 or something going, oh, who cares? I'm going to lose this. We lost now. Who cares? I don't think that's not in me, never was, and never would be. I've not seen it in players that I've been around. Yeah. Maybe other people do have that. I don't care. But they would be really bad eggs and be thrown out of the squad.
Because sometimes when I watch United, I think like, I know obviously some of it was playing against the bigger teams, but against Arsenal in the cup, it's probably the most fight I've seen us have all season. Not necessarily the best performance, but we not just tactically, but we literally fought them. We were up for a scrap. We were up for getting in people's faces. We hung on for an hour.
And
with
Liverpool
10
one
men.
as well.
The Liverpool one as well.
Yeah.
But like, is that because we were getting up for a cup game? Is that because we were playing against the big teams? Why is it that we look better against Liverpool and Arsenal and City away than we do at home to Crystal Palace?
I think it's because when you play against them, there's a chance of you being absolutely toasted. Yeah. So then you don't want to be. So you go, my gosh, guys, we got to be on it today, otherwise we're gonna get whooped. Like it could be anything. Could be a cricket score. But then you play against your Crystal Palace or whoever else, and you think. And they've still got it in their mind that they should be able to beat them. Yeah. So they relax and carry on. Feel a little bit like, we're better than you. We're going to win. It's going to happen. And then you concede, and then it's like, uh-oh, damn, we need to get back ahead. Then you can't play football properly as well, because now you're behind again, and now the crowd are on your back, and now you're feeling bad. And then you're like, man, we should be winning this game. Damn, we really need to win. And I've been watching games, as you know, I've been covering a lot of games, and with the Wigan games recently, and they've been getting ahead and then conceding a goal, then conceding another goal, and you're like, but you guys were just on top, no problems whatsoever, and then you concede a goal and then it's backs against the wall for some reason. We're like, what's happened in the mindset of all the players? They played so well first half, even just yesterday, and then second half was like massive difference, but they didn't lose, they ended up winning the game. But the thing is, it's like, what happened? How comes one team comes out one half and another team comes out the next half?
We feel like we're in that state every week.
Same at Everton though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the first half was one of the worst performances we've seen under Amorim, and it was a completely different team in the second half. Like, why couldn't that happen why couldn't it happen in the first half though?
It's because you lose it and you think, nothing to lose now. And then he's changed a few things, hasn't he, as well?
Everton tiring a little bit.
That as well. Because it will open up at some point as well. That was the other side of it. The game opens up, half time comes, your legs get a little bit more stiff when you sit in there for 15 minutes. You come back out, you got to warm back up, and obviously you're not at the same fitness levels as you were. So when the game opens up, as you know, sometimes a game at the beginning, what happens? It's all tight, everything's tough, no space nowhere, everyone's pressing. Then as the game carries on, it opens up, and then it gets open, and you got lots of more space. And then the team that can deal better with more space might do better. And then the team that's tiring, or you might bring on subs, and now you haven't got the same players on, and now it's like, okay, we're not the same anymore. We don't have the same balance. There's so many different things that go into it, but it's a lot. Mindset's a massive part of it, I think.
We're hearing apparently from Laurie Whitwell that he's absolutely chucking it down. It was a little bit before. It was sort of, I would say, moderate rain.
Yeah, it just came in the rain. Yeah,
Laurie's a weatherman as well.
Laurie Whitwell is a weatherman. I mean, he's at the ground. He said it's raining so heavily at Old Trafford that fitness coach Paulo Barrera waves in substitutes from the warm-up. I mean,
wow.
Come on in, it's too bad.
Come on.
Is that guy that... Don't tell me it's the guy that Jay hates.
He doesn't hate him. He doesn't hate him at all, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is him. So, surely, I mean, obviously, the subs warming up is of a little bit less importance than the first team. But surely, if they need warming up, you can't just not do it because it's raining.
Warm up inside.
That's not
in the corridor.
It makes sense because the whole idea is to get warm, and if you're outside and you're not doing anything intense enough because it's just warming up and it's raining and it's a bit chilly, then if they go inside and probably do something a little bit
Yeah, and then you're going to be sat, like a boxer before they do a fight. They get warmed up, but they don't have to do it outdoors.
Yeah,
so
you can do it indoors as well. Yeah, we've done it. I've done it a number of times indoors.
Yeah, because also then if you sat in wet clothes for an hour before you come on,
that's not
ideal,
help,
is it? Okay, fair enough. All right then. Yeah,
it
makes sense.
I don't know
if it's torrential. That is it.
I don't know. Are they still getting supplied jackets and stuff?
No, they have to bring their own jackets now. It's a shame. You get
Bring your own brolette.
a black bin liner on your thing, like someone jogging in the 80s. If you want anything better than that, you have to bring it yourself.
Are they allowed to ask for the heating to be turned on inside the change rooms?
Probably.
Is it?
It's just a paraffin lamp.
Absolute nightmare. All of that talk is a nightmare. I can't believe it.
They've got to light a fire and sit around it.
Got like an old trash can, like in a film, and they're just warming their hands around it.
Make sure the fire alarm switched off.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it is a little bit ridiculous, isn't it? The state that we found ourselves. It's just the memes and and every time you think about any part of Man United, it's all just crap, innit? It's just like, what are the owners? Just fucking the cruelest, most sort of like cutthroat businessmen you've ever seen. And the other owners don't care and just rip us off and put us in loads of debt. The players don't care and they're crap even if they did. The manager used to be good, but now he's completely gone. Like it's all just like
you don't get a quiet day, do you?
No, it's just horrendous all around. But
we are in trouble.
Hopefully we can get a win today. We've got 5 minutes or 6 minutes till kick-off. Get your score prediction in the comments. We'll go through some of them and we'll get your score predictions here as well. What's the scoreline and who's going to get the goals? I'll start with you, Scotty.
2-0.
Paint me a picture though. Give me the wider feeling of how the game's going to go, the back and flow of it all.
Okay, I think it'll be a questionable start. I think there'll be a lot of sliding in. I think Ipswich has tried to get quite physical with us. And then I think Onana will give a little bit of a wobble, scare everyone, hopefully not concede. And then, as Nathan alluded to there with this sort of analogy of the game will open up and then United will grow more into the game because, as we know, we can't play well at home. No. The rain's torrential. That's not an option. They're sat there in wet outfits. So then the second half will come out and then I think the whole Garnacho and Dorgu link up will happen and I get a ball into the box. Højlund will get a header. He'll feel better about himself.
That's a lot of detail.
Yeah. How much more do you want to Right, okay. And about the 88th minute, I think that Ericsson will come on for an overhead kick.
2-0.
2-0.
Brilliant. Ronaldo, how's it going to go?
I think it'll be high scoring.
Yeah.
I think we'll win 3-2. I think we concede though.
How do we score 3?
We put it over their line 3 times.
Have we done that this season?
Mate.
What on purpose? I don't think we can do that.
A couple of them could be own goals.
Okay, there we go. Now we're talking.
Jamie Carragher special.
2 own goals and a penalty. I can see us scoring like that.
Yeah,
are you actually saying 3-2? Is that what you're going for?
I'm going for that. Yeah.
That's bold. I like that. What are you saying?
You know what? It's the last. I think this is the one game left that I actually think we're favourite to win. Slightly. Like I think all the rest of the games of the season, I don't know if I would say that we're going to win. I actually have a feeling we're going to come 4th from bottom by the end of the season. But today, I think we're going to win.
Good.
And I think we're going to win 2-1.
2-1.
Can I just ask Nathan a question about when you were playing, how much did the stuff that happened like in the boardroom and the business side of it, did that affect you as you're playing? Because one of the things is, as a United fan, everything that's going on with people losing their jobs, and obviously United going out to play, you'd hope them would that play on the players' minds, do you think, all that?
I think the players would be talking about it, saying, you know what, you wouldn't be surprised if they say, you know what, let's just put some money together and just give them some money, like get a group together. You guys want to put into a pot? You want to put some in? Yeah, put some in. You put some in? Okay, let's go and give it to whoever's lost their jobs. Like that's what we would do.
Yeah.
Like end of the day, that's like you're not taking a mick. Like what is going on here? Like why are you cutting corners in these areas? Food as well, chef. Like what's going on? You can't be doing that stuff. How can every other team in the league be able to provide what you need, like to make your players go out there and perform? That's what you want. Like you can't just go into the changing room and then there's nothing there. And you go to eat after the game and there's no food. Like I didn't even have that when I was in the League 2 when I first started playing. So how could you have a Premiership side that's supposed to be the best in the world or the biggest in the world now, being able to deal with things like that?
It's not Ineos's fault though, you know. They had to do it, and they might have took it a step too far from the optic standpoint with a couple of things, but they wouldn't have to do it if the Glazers haven't run the club the way they have.
Why did they why did they even go against the others? Whoever was it? What's his name? Sheikh
Jassim.
Yeah, just let him take it then. So we've got enough.
The Glazers wanted to sell to
because he didn't exist. That's why.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got loads of predictions.
That's right, isn't it?
Harry Potter says 3-1 United. Yeah, there's no H on there. We'll concede within 20 minutes.
Harry Otter.
Please not. Ray Liotta. Jim Mack says 3-0. Rasmus hat trick. Go on. Dan C 2-2. We'll get held. That's nice. I mean, I don't mind drawing if we get held. As a result.
I think we'll get held is 3-2 to them, isn't it?
No, held to a draw. I think that
Garnacho Xerxes goals.
Okay, I like that. Abyss says 5-1 Ipswich. Slabs 2-1 Cheeto winner. Dan C says just can't see a win again. Yeah, I worry about that as well.
Oh yeah.
I think 1-1.
Ipswich to get the first as well. Sorry, forgot about that. God. So it's going to put us on the roller coaster.
So let's look at that then, because you said before, and it's not obviously you're the only sort of form of professional football I speak to on a semi-regular basis, but when you see interviews with professionals across all levels, everyone says we tried our hardest every game. We put that stuff out of our mind and we went for it. So why is it that every single week we are awful in the first half? Like, obviously, the players don't think they're not trying. The players don't think they're bad. But like I think it's 17 games this season we failed to score in the first half. I think that's in the league. So what is that? What is leading to that then? Do you think they're not doing it on purpose? They don't. They're all competent players. Why are we so bad, particularly in first halves? Then, if it's not on purpose.
Well, the one thing I can look at, I could say obviously the team is at full fitness at the beginning. Like I say, so when the pressure's on really high, we can't handle it. I don't think we've got a team good enough as a team. We've got players individually that you can go, oh, he's pretty good. But as a group, they don't really complement each other. What happens in FIFA? What do you have? What's it called? Chemistry. We don't have it. We'll be like 39 on all the areas if we played. And look, you put Bruno out of position, he changes from an 85 to a 69 or something like that.
Yeah.
This is what we've got, too many of that. And that's why we struggle with the way we're going. And that's what I mean. We're not even. I look at our team, and when you look at a starting lineup, you think, okay, we can do this, we can do that. And look at our team now, and I go, only Garnacho's going to really run someone and miss some shots, and maybe get the odd goal.
Yeah.
Anyone else, who can I see really doing something? Okay, Dorgu working hard and helping defensively and fixing errors that have happened, but not. Is he going to get given the ball overlap? Please, is he going to cross a ball in and someone going to be on the end of? I can't imagine it happening. No. So if I can't imagine it happening, it's just very unlikely going to happen. I don't know what you have to say.
But when you're watching week in, week out, it's such rigid football. They don't move with any sort of natural flair between themselves, or a fluidity.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Sorry, are you laughing at Darren England there? Sorry, me and Ronaldo always talk about refs' names, and they're just the most like
generic.
Johnny Britton, just like Scott Daniels. They're always proper, just like straightforward. And I think his is like the perfect. Sorry, Scott. It was just,
I feel like you'd only ever get a referee called Darren England.
You would never meet a bloke called Darren England unless he had that black shirt with the little white collar on it. It's a proper ref's name.
Every referee in the Premier League always has like the most default name.
Yeah, it is.
Mike Dean.
Yeah, it's proper.
Michael Oliver.
Yeah, it's really default sort of white British names,
Howard
isn't
Webb.
it? Yeah, Howard Webb. Sorry, Scott, we didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, it's fine. I was just saying that there doesn't seem to be any fluidity in the way that United are moving the football round. Because like it's such a robotic thing to watch.
And even the teams at the lowest,
straight away pulled it wide.
Even the lowest teams in the league, they have players with the ability to just run with it and take someone on or do something out of the blue. Remember, who was we playing recently? Bournemouth? Was it Southampton?
Yeah.
And the wingers just running ragged, and you're like thinking, who's this kid? Like, who is he? We don't even know who he is really, and then he's going doing that to us. Okay, he didn't have a goal to it, but that was just like, why don't we have someone in the team?
As we've seen
are we getting scores on the doors, Ethan?
30 seconds in, we'll be getting the scores on the doors at the bottom. Yeah, straight away there, Delap, a little bit of space in our box, shot across.
It's a shot,
drag the shot a little bit more.
That just looked like the previous shot that he had against someone else. It was just showing the highlights. I don't remember who that was against, but same kind of thing.
Must be like. I honestly think we completely baffle our managers. I think they come in and they genuinely, they all get to a point where they don't know what to do.
Do you see his face? His head is down like this.
But it's not down for like a second. It's not like he's going, oh God, and comes back up. His head will be down for like 30, 40 seconds. Yeah. He's contemplating everything he's ever done in his life.
Should I just quit and go home
honestly,
now?
I bet that has gone through his head, because even if he doesn't genuinely want to or genuinely consider it, your brain would say, what have I done this for?
Do you know what his I think managers see United and feel like it's not, they know it's a tough job, but they don't think it's as tough as the previous managers made it look.
Yeah.
Their own ego has said to them,
I can do that.
I can do better than him.
Yeah.
And then they go there and then realise it's even harder than they imagined.
I think players have the same thing as well. Players will look at other, United players and go, well, they didn't work, but, I can do it. I can be the one to turn it around. And they get here, and 18 months later, they're like, just get me a move to Bilbao right now.
So I'll always look at matchups that Garnacho doesn't do well against.
What are you seeing?
And I'm thinking Garnacho versus Axel Tuanzebe. I don't fancy it.
Yeah. I was just saying. Well, I wasn't saying it. I was thinking it the other day, because he's just come back from injury, I think, Tuanzebe, which is obviously one of the things that's hurt his career. But I think Tuanzebe's skill set would actually work really well for Amorim. Like he would be able to kind of get up into the centre back, defend out wide, defend with pace. Like, think of that performance against Mbappe for United. Like being able to defend in wide areas using his legs and his athleticism. He would have been great, but obviously injuries, and I think Ten Hag wanted a different style of player as well. It was Ten Hag who let him go, wasn't it? But the fact that he's still getting games in the Premier League, I think that's impressive to say. The injuries he's had.
I thought he was good enough to play there.
He's just
always injured, wasn't he? Like for the whole year and stuff.
Go on,
What's
happening here?
Oh, fuck's sake.
What the?
There we go.
Who done that?
I don't understand what's happening there. Dorgu, I think that's on Dorgu, innit?
I think
I don't know why we're cutting to Onana there.
Why has he kicked it?
Why is Dorgu?
Why has he touched it?
Why is he's just knocked it past Onana?
That's definitely Dorgu's fault.
Did he not see Onana running out?
Well, he obviously didn't, but they're literally running towards. Why are we saying that's?
Nah, do you know what? That's mostly Dorgu's.
It's 100% Dorgu's fault. But what can he do? He can't do anything else.
To get the ball.
Initially, I thought Onana came out a little bit too slow and late.
Does he look?
Why has he played it back? He could never get onto that.
Dorgu just doesn't look. He must not look.
The keeper could never get onto that. That's a layback to
Onana's coming for the ball.
What are you doing?
Dorgu knocks it past him.
That's Dorgu's fault. What's he doing? Let's see that one.
This is just what it's like being at United, isn't it? I don't know why he even touches it. He obviously he's looking up in the ball. He's looking up. He's obviously.
Let me see. Look at him.
He doesn't look at. He doesn't know where.
He doesn't even know.
He's beating him.
Or does he just get it wrong? I don't know what's happening.
It's just a poor decision. It's a poor decision. You let the keeper come and clear that out, or you just clear it out the other way. One or the other.
He can just pick it up.
Yeah.
It's not a back pass. He can literally, if Dorgu doesn't touch it, he can just come and collect it, which is what he's doing. That's so shit. Fucking hell, I hope. We just need to have a minute.
We'll get the goals back. We'll get the goals back.
That's what I mean. If you're Amorim, you can simply do nothing about something like that. And it's another game now where we've got a fucking mountain to climb. It's unbelievable.
It's like when Ten Hag had Dalot going through 101 at West Ham, and he's banged it over, and then they've lost the game. And it's like, damn, what the heck?
Honestly, everyone in the comments, everyone talking about that being Onana's fault. What's Onana
Never
doing
his
there?
fault.
What's Onana doing there? He's coming to grab the ball.
On the initial ball, when I saw it, I thought, why is he hesitating? Why is Onana taking so long to come out?
He's got to lay it back to him.
But then he came out with enough time.
Onana was just going to grab the ball.
No, but when it first come over, Onana did his usual way. He was like, hesitant to come out. And then he's come out with enough time in the end, but he's made it a little bit tighter than it was. And then Dorgu's then made the mistake though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's a percentage thing. I think it's like 65% Dorgu.
Oh, you're going that low?
I think 80-20.
I think it's 90-10 even.
Yeah.
I think it's even more.
If I'm a goalkeeper and I'm coming out and I'm in front of him as well, it's not.
I don't think you saw the initial ball over though from where we're seeing it now. When it first come over and it was bouncing, I didn't think in my head, and now it's taken a little bit long to come out, but it was still more than enough time to deal with it though.
Yeah.
Wow. What the fuck?
The thing is that they're sort of racing towards our box. If they get another goal now, just a normal goal, we've lost. Do you know what I mean?
It's not even on to play it in behind.
No,
it's behind him.
We're just rushing it.
Hey, but anyway, we need.
Oh dear.
Anyway, let's move on from that because that's exactly what they need to do. Still 85 minutes left or so in it.
Yeah.
Well.
What are you laughing at, Ethan? He
He
always does that, innit?
Yeah, he loves it. He's got nothing to cheer about, so he laughs at other people instead. Niall Wright says, "Hi Joe, how are you? I'm all right. I wish that we hadn't just given away an absolute. If you're their player as well, what a brilliant moment that is. The rare times in football where you've just got an open net to pass the ball.
He should have got on his knees.
He didn't even rush it though.
He took his time with it as well.
Damn. Oh man.
Hell.
You know what? It hurts so much that I think I'm desensitized this season to any goals against. I've lost that.
It's not massively surprising that.
That's
though.
what I mean. It's like you know it's going to happen.
Such a red herring of errors in a football season.
Yeah.
But it becomes such a normality now that you're like, yeah, I expected that.
Yeah. Yeah, that particular mistake is we haven't seen before, but it's just
And error's going to come. You're not
Yeah.
surprised.
No, exactly.
Do you get XGs on own goals?
No, you don't. Although it wasn't technically an own goal, so that probably has an XG, I would say, of about 0.96. That shot he had.
Yeah, so it's 1.0, isn't it? Surely
I mean,
he's definitely going to score every time. Oh yeah, 0.99
then. Yeah. You're 5 yards out with no goal in front of you in the centre of the goal.
Yeah, can't miss that.
No, you
come
can't
on.
Even
Get
I
it in the
can't
box
miss that.
first time.
Corner to United.
That's what you want.
Jake Bennett says we're really not doing well at the moment. That was 20 minutes before kickoff. What did you know? Tom Hutton says, might be wishful thinking, but shouldn't the players forfeit some of their wages to save redundancies? I don't think it would have saved people. I think what Ineos want isn't just that money short term. It's not. It doesn't.
Players shouldn't have to fucking.
I know.
Players
forfeit wages.
Players shouldn't have to first of all, but also force it on Ineos want to get rid of those people. I think as well as
fucking hell.
I don't think it's just a
put a lot on that, didn't you?
Now thing.
How has he hooked that so badly?
That's what I mean. How you hook that so hard? Like you've gone over the goal. Like what are you doing?
Decent header by Harry.
Yeah,
decent header, but like.
And then what's he doing?
This is not even a little. This isn't a hard thing just to go tap back into the area.
Scoop it back into the.
Like you don't know that hard. You just don't do it that hard. Like what are you doing?
Yeah, just bad technique.
He's an odd man sometimes, though, isn't it?
He's got he should never do that, innit? Like with the technique he has, like you wonder why he does it.
I'd more think about like his like the brain side of things.
That's what I mean.
Dallow's one of those players that you hear. I can't remember who it was now. I think it might have been after the Coventry FA Cup game. That's terrible from Bruno. But you hear professional footballers say, they were asked our opposition. They said like, who sort of impressed you? Who surprised you most? And they're like, Dallow was just fantastic, like really quick, couldn't do anything with him, good on the ball. Like
just a Newport game,
yeah, maybe it was a Newport game, but other professionals could, will play against him and be shot. And yet you could almost imagine him coming down to five-a-side at my level and not standing out. At times you're just like that there.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, obviously not. I'm pushing, but like there,
he'll kill it in 5 seconds.
But that little hook over the shoulder there, you think,
what are you doing?
Anyone can do that. Yeah. I'd be annoyed if I didn't do that. He's such a confusing player. But I think it must be confidence. What is it?
He's underwhelmed me, to be fair.
Look at the
because I thought he could do a lot
as
more.
well. The performance in Liverpool was outstanding.
Yeah.
But, I mean, isn't that indicative of the team as a whole?
Yeah, I guess it is, isn't it? They're all doing it.
It's like you expect him to be like, for example, when Wan-Bissaka was here, he was fighting with Wan-Bissaka and you're thinking he's got so much more technique, much better football player. But then you look at his ability to do stuff, it's like, he's doing the same output as Wan-Bissaka. How's that when you've got that much more ability than him?
And Wan-Bissaka's at West Ham, like I said, looking good going forward, doing step overs, getting assists against. Was it City the other day?
Yeah. I mean, he looked cleaner, I should say. It doesn't always have to look clean to be a better player, but he looks a better player, more technically gifted, and can cut inside. And oh my, okay.
No one can do anything, can they? It's so weird. So weird.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Innit? He's trying to find a
It's
ball
a decent effort.
And balling behind to Hoyland, give him better service. But then if he doesn't play that, someone's going to moan and say that no one's passing to Hoyland.
It's not the choice. It's just
The
how
execution.
far
The
off
execution
it
is
being
so off, yeah.
The right way it was. That's good. Go on. Haaland scored against Tottenham. 1-0.
Has he? As always.
Yeah, he's back, isn't he? From injury.
That's good.
Is that the first goal they scored at the Tottenham Stadium? Oh no, they've done that by now, haven't they?
Nah, they did score. I remember that was the thing last.
Oh my days!
So.
Oh my god.
What?
That is ridiculous, isn't it?
I know. Come on, don't tell me you can't.
What the? What was Delors doing there?
That was mad. That was a 15-yard pass, and he
With
missed
no
it
one
by
on him.
10 yards.
No one on him. It's not even like he's under pressure. He's like, yeah, pop, yeah, there you go. Huh?
It went direct to their
them,
player
directly.
with such conviction.
Yeah.
Like it was
that.
intentional.
That was like a colourblind.
Yeah, like he had the glasses on. It's like, wait a minute, that's not red.
It was a good pass to their player.
Yeah.
That was weird. Sam. Oh wait, we've got a couple of super chats about the goal.
Ref.
Caleb says that's on Onana. Dorgu clearly has that taken care of. Expects Onana on his line. We have to be 1-0 down to start playing. I mean,
I do. It's not Dorgu alone. It's not. But we can't pretend like it. He was. Onana has some culpability. I just don't think he has as much.
and I think
as
clearly
Dorgu
has
did.
it taken care of when the ball's bouncing over.
Nah, I
his
think
shoulder
you've
with an
got.
Ipswich
I do
player
think you've gone way
pushing
too
it.
far the other way of like thinking Onana's not. I did because I remember how I initially felt before the replay was Onana was a bit.
Is he different?
A bit hesitant, and he didn't make the situation as comfortable as he could have. But I thought by the time that Dorgu got there,
his decision was
his decision wasn't good.
Yeah. And Sam, similar, says he didn't need to collect it. If he wants to come out and collect it, he needs to call it. Dorgu couldn't risk leaving it. I mean, firstly, we don't know whether he called or not Onana. Obviously, what transpired ends up looking like he didn't. The other thing is, though, Dorgu is running towards Onana, so it's not unthinkable that he would just see him coming out. I know that he's trying to do a couple of things at once.
It looked like he's watching a ball.
But you can still see him coming.
The man is, he can.
All right, so in a game like
it's
that,
not 100%.
Now that I think about it, the ball out of the air over your head, bouncing.
And you can see the guy
very
coming
quick.
towards you.
Do you know what I mean? It's not. It does look easier as someone just watching on this on.
It does.
As you'd expect. Do you know what I mean?
I do get it.
Yeah. The fact that we don't see goals like that happen more than a couple of times a season per team suggests that it is avoidable.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
He
not
should
saying
be
it's
clearing it.
unavoidable.
He shouldn't even be playing it back. When he's that close, you can't play it back. You know that.
Yeah, and I think if Dorgu just doesn't touch it at all, Onana gets there before the Ipswich player does.
100%.
So it's not like he's completely got it wrong and he's
But maybe Dorgu doesn't know that.
That's where he's not caught in between.
He's got Onana coming. Dorgu's not.
It was close to call. It was a close call in terms of
from like a TV broadcast.
Yeah, I get that
angle of it. Do you know what I mean?
He's
It's a
looking
bit
this way if the man's the other shoulder.
I was thinking Onana didn't want to come out of his goal, and he also saw that he was going to get it before he got there.
Yeah.
So he thought, okay, you just leave it. I'll just get out. Huh? What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean it's a disaster all round, isn't it? Owen Sawyer Hartley, yet to see a good performance from Dallow this season. Don't want to dig out single players, but why is he never rested or dropped? There are options. Are there? I guess now Mazraoui you could play there, but. At the minute, there's not many options, is there? We've got
no options.
Yeah, Mazraoui would be the only possible option, wouldn't he? Unless you want to go down to Harry Amas or another.
Get off the floor,
What's
man.
the name of the fullback that you were keen on when you watched?
Heaven. Is Heaven in there now?
He's more of a centre back, isn't he? There was someone you mentioned to me, Ronnie, when you watched him.
I think his name's Camerson or something like that.
Yeah, but
played
again,
really well for the 18s, but it's
doesn't seem to be.
Kettle of fish, isn't it?
He's not on that kind of radar for the first team yet. So.
I'd like to see Amas. He did all right pre-season against Liverpool as well. He looked good.
Yeah.
We'll just give him some time. But he's his left side anyway, so we got Dorgu there now, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So I don't want to really see Dorgu on the right. He didn't look too great on the first game. He looks good on the left.
Nice one, ref.
How many?
Cheers, ref.
Well done, Darren.
With the pick and roll on the Ipswich players there.
I do like Xerxes'
nice.
abilities on the ball. Oh, thank you.
Dorgu on the overlap.
Oh,
first time cross.
He didn't think he was going to get it, did he? He just stopped. He's like, he's like, he's playing me it. Okay.
Yeah. Come on.
Man on. Come out of there. Yeah, other side.
Dirks has been.
He's good touching. Yeah, he's got great touch and link up play.
He's grown into it, I know.
That part of his game is like top notch, to be fair. I really do love his touch, his linking up, his flick ons to people, first time passes around the corner.
Where's the midfield?
But then there's just nothing else.
What
are we doing? That's what I don't like. There's no one to play it through to the middle.
No.
Why? I don't understand. Don't stand up front.
And then you got Hoyland dropping in. But yeah, the midfield's kind of come back now.
Right. Can we get a ball in?
It's got Dallo with a little 1-on-3 over in that corner there.
That step over that doesn't take anyone on.
Come on. United holding the ball. In their half as well for the first time, last couple of minutes.
Yeah, we are more in control of the game, but that's what I mean.
What do we do from here?
Get that goal.
Yeah.
Before half time, I think we can get that goal.
Come on!
Hey!
Oh my Lord.
Same again, innit?
Talk.
To you, to me.
Decision there between Garnacho and Yoro.
I'll have it. No, you have it. Oh, okay.
It's just mad, isn't it?
Oh!
Poor pass there forward. We get the ball to like the defenders, and then that pass to the next pass we just can't do unless we're going just out wide.
Yeah.
Play it out wide down the line. Then you got your fullback maybe an overlap. I feel like the idea of playing remotely through the middle of the pitch, we're just incapable of doing it. Do you know those runs like between the centre back and the fullback, or you know the number 10s are meant to be playing, and you play it in and they cut it back from the kind of edge of the 6-yard box where it meets the goal line. We cannot play through the middle of the pitch.
There's not enough triangles. There's not enough what's emergency? What's the word? Not enough like players wanting to get in position quick enough. Like you're standing by your man, like get off him. You move as well, Agate.
Urgency.
Urgency. That's it. Not emergency.
Yeah, but
it's an emergency that they've got no urgency.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no emergency,
but if
guys.
When you watch us play, it's the middle of the pitch just might as well not exist. I know a lot of teams go wide, but it's like all we can do is pass it around this little horseshoe or go wide and then hope that someone does something. But the middle of the pitch it might as well not exist.
Just jog across.
Is that a managerial thing, or is that a?
It's probably a bit of everything, isn't it? It's probably a bit of everything.
I think he wants his players there, doesn't he?
That's not bad.
One more.
Come on, then win that. Got to win this, bouncing around like this.
He's hurt his head, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, his foot. What, his leg?
Oh, he's holding his hamstring. What's up with
What's he
him?
done? Is he hitting to his leg? Or
Knee to the back.
Oh, yeah.
Just knee to the back of his
leg.
leg.
The back of the leg. That was what it was. Wrong leg.
He's held the wrong leg.
Yeah.
Is he United? Where he held, he got hit in the other one at that location where he's held the other leg.
I would employ like refs that are off at Stockley Park to just watch for these things and give them yellows.
Yeah.
Send them yellow in the post or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just not fair. Yeah, after the game, like, listen, you see that one there? Here's the recording. You know, like when you get a thingy in the post, a speeding ticket, a quick video, like, here's the link, have a look. Here's your yellow. You want to contest it?
A diving awareness course.
Nice.
It's one afternoon in person or over Zoom.
Oh, put him in.
Ashley Young would be banned.
Come on. So would Havertz. So we've gone actually.
There we go. That was convincing.
That's the old in.
Both legs, just in case.
Yeah. I mean, it is a foul, isn't it?
Yeah.
Steps into him and he don't get any of the ball. I'd love to see just a bit more penetration from. We just get the ball wide and smack it in from like 20 yards out. You just think, when's the last time we played a pass inside the 18-yard box?
Doesn't
It's like the ball comes from outside to inside, and if you don't do something with it first time, you've lost it. And we don't ever get any passes underway. No one receives the ball and can take a touch inside the 18-yard box. We're just desperate all the time.
That's what I'm talking about. It's just not there.
It's not, is it? Right. What was this? Free kick in a good area, this. At least put it on a good spot. Head
Make sure
high,
you're onside, lad, as
6-yard
well.
line. That's the aim.
Good boy! Yes! There we go!
There
Who
we
scored
go.
that?
It's
On goal?
Xerxes.
Nah, that's an own goal. Like.
Yeah, you can tell.
Is
from
that
the
not
celebration.
Xerxes?
No, you can tell Xerxes is not celebrating enough there. I'm pretty sure that's an own goal.
It looked like he didn't touch him. Yeah, it looked like
was
he
a
didn't
very
touch him.
good whipped cross from Bruno Fernandes, just what we said.
Oh, you said OG, didn't you?
Yeah, it was OG. Back in the game. 3-2 might be on.
Well, I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there.
And a penalty we were meant to be getting.
I'm nearly there.
Yeah.
First goal at
2-1.
Ipswich. 1-1. Let's get another goal, boys.
It looks like
It looked like number.
Took that well.
Looked like Hoyland.
Yeah, it must not, because he'd be celebrating his arse off if it was.
What?
Okay,
Header
so
Morsi.
I was wondering whether Xerxes got a flick on that. No, he
Oh
didn't.
yeah, Sam Morsi.
Sam
Yeah.
Morsi, bullet header.
Great header, lad.
Yeah.
Bullet header.
You could just tell, couldn't you, from the way they all
Yeah.
celebrated, that none of them lot got a touch on it. No United players.
Funnily enough, I scored my own G for Ipswich as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
How many own goals have you scored in your
One.
career? One.
It was a corner and it came so high and I jumped and it just touched my head and went in back post. I was like, and no one even realised I touched it. I was like,
Did you get away with it?
I think so.
Did you?
I think so. But I know
On
I
the
scored a
official
whole goal.
stats. Got Bruno now.
I think it was at Reading. Was it at Reading? I think so.
See the rain, how wet it is.
Someone said, man, the rain stopped before kick-off, but it looks like it's still raining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, it's raining hard.
Usually when it rains that hard, you feel like it doesn't last as long, does it?
No. Although, in Manchester.
Highland, come on, lad. Up you get.
Hoiling on the floor again.
It's getting frustrated.
This is the league where you don't get that. You go in Spain, you get that all day long.
Go on
But
then.
not here.
Oh,
Hey!
come on.
Score.
We've got to win this now.
Oh, no.
Look at this. 3, 4 of them. Well done.
Come on, link in with him. Oh, Megs. He tried to Megs him, didn't he?
Megs, innit?
See, that would have been a
annoying
straight
that,
strike after the Megs. Bang, bottom left.
We press their keeper well. He spoons it up in the air, and it takes the third and fourth ball before we get it back. I know they basically gave it to us. But we didn't challenge for the first one or the second one. It was only the fact that their third header in a row was bad that we managed to win the ball back. I think we've got to challenge better than that.
Amon was critical of that against Everton. The one he was saying the second balls.
How much time he's got to turn? Like, what's going on?
Look at the space.
I know. Switch coming forward here again. Look, they're playing the ball into our box better than we've done into their box.
Yeah, and it's going in with quickness. Oh, come on!
Oh, good goalkeeper.
You're the next one, Garnacho. You're the next. I need you to get me a goal. You will.
Come on.
What?
Let's get a bit of momentum. We've had most of the ball for the last sort of 15 minutes, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to see a bit more.
But it's like you said, the movement when we've got the ball. Ipswich haven't had it, but they just cut us open there.
Yeah.
And we don't seem to be have that sort of direct.
No.
Where's the urgency, boys? Just pass the ball. Move it. They're not coming to press you. Just play.
Yeah. Fucking hell. We just make a meal of everything, don't we?
It's just urgency
Everything
to get it
looks
from left to
difficult.
right, right to left, and then something opens up. You play it that slow, they can jog and walk over and be in position still. You're not going to score from moving the ball slowly across the pitch. That's the whole point of moving it.
Yeah.
Make them run.
Dorgu with a nice little run off the ball there. Maguire tried to find him, headed out for a corner.
That's a couple of times that Philogene almost got caught out on that one. And
What's that all about?
Nah. And it's also because I don't know if they'll work it out, but do you know when you're a winger and you've got like a fullback behind you, but it's almost like the winger plays inside and the fullback's the one that constantly provides the width. Go on.
No.
Come on.
Go on. Delon.
Oh, come on! Yes! Get in there!
Delict.
Wait, scored from 2 set pieces.
What? However we need to score, we scored.
Yes.
God, it's scrappy, innit? 2-1. There you go, that's good.
Goodness.
That's very good. 2 goals in the first half of a game. This feels like I'm dreaming.
Cannot believe it.
Good set piece again, though. Who put the ball in? Was it Bruno?
I think we're going to get more. I think we're going to get more goals. There's more in this.
Look.
What score did you say was 4-1?
No, I didn't. I said 2-0.
Oh.
You said 3-2, didn't you, Ronnie?
Looks semi-dangerous.
3-2, yeah?
Yeah, 3-2, it's on.
Very good delivery again there, though.
Mine's done, isn't it?
Into a good area. Maguire sort of wins the first one. Dallas wins the second one. And Delict.
Sharp.
Yes, Delict.
So that was the opposite. We got 3 kind of first balls in a row there.
Yeah.
And the last one put the ball in the back of the net.
Time
Good stuff.
As long as we're winning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well done, Delict. Good stuff, that. Decent response after the goal.
Yeah.
It's a shame we can't create a bit more from open play, but you know,
it is what it is at the moment. It is what it is at the moment. As long as we can win, that's all that matters right now.
Well, are we 15 minutes left?
We need to get enough points so that we don't go to that final 3
20
at the bottom.
20 minutes till half time. Yeah.
Let's say we get to half time, we'll definitely win, won't we, with that record?
Yeah, exactly. God, it worries me. This is the sort of game where we might not.
Hey!
That can't be real. Is he on set?
It must be.
Can't be real.
Stepped up there, isn't it?
The lap there was like challenging for a header with no United defender within about 7 yards of him. It must have been offside.
Here he goes.
Nah, he's got good passing though. He's got good ability, but it's just like, I don't know.
We do this a lot as well, though, don't we? We pretend we're playing it
So
short.
we end up
and then
launching
just
the
boot
ball
it.
forward.
No.
now.
Yeah.
Just fucking wasted.
Which was...
What are you doing?
Do you know what I mean? So that launch forward,
Yeah.
you're telling me that couldn't have been...
They do that on
just a few
purpose, you know.
seconds earlier.
You know they do that on purpose.
Yeah, I know it's debated, but I think he doesn't... I think we never actually end up building up that well and consistently.
I know.
Vito says that we can't play through the middle because we're playing with 6 defensive players instead of more creative players.
Yep.
That is definitely an issue. We've got less players in the middle of the pitch because we've got an extra centre back, obviously further up in the middle. Taylor says we should have been relying on set pieces a while ago. I think we've been trying.
No, we just don't.
I think we've just been trying anything we possibly can, but the set pieces seem to be the only thing that are working at the minute. Come on, get another couple. Actually put in a decent shift. Well done there. Yora did really well there. Look how high up the pitch he is as well there.
Oh! Bring it down. Pop it.
Almost, not quite. Good touch. Delict again, look how high he is. You can see him doing it a little bit more.
Oh,
Jack Clark.
Good start.
Sorry.
Nice stuff,
Oh, my days.
Look how much space they've got here. This is the problem. You press when everyone presses so high up, your centre backs come so far up the pitch. If you don't win it back,
yeah.
there's a lot of space in the middle.
You're supposed to press them so much that they can't turn, and they've just been able to turn and dribble as much as they want.
Fortunately, the guy breaking down the left channel was a midfielder.
He didn't put it ahead of him, did he either? He made him have to wait for it. Who we got? Sociedad.
Mm-hmm. Next Thursday, yeah.
Yeah.
When's the Arsenal game?
That's the weekend after, so I think it's the 9th.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the Sunday following that Sociedad game. Fell through. It's an interesting camera angle.
Good
bit of variety,
broadcast.
Yeah.
Tele-broadcast.
Yeah. It's like their other cameramen are just having a little tea break.
Newcastle, is it Newcastle-Liverpool today as well?
Yes. What's the score there?
Oh, yeah.
Why are we so early as well?
I think the only other one is the City-Tottenham one. I think Arsenal playing Forest as well.
Get it.
Arsenal.
Some good games on today, to be fair.
Arsenal Forest must be 0-0.
Arsenal Forest is a good game. City Tottenham's a good game.
Forest Arsenal?
Yeah, Liverpool Newcastle.
Is that at Liverpool then?
Yeah.
Not bad. Come on, United.
Come on.
Let's move the ball. Like, Bruno, why are you centre back for?
That's what he does, isn't it? That's what they do.
Why?
Size feet.
Let's get off.
8, right?
8.
That's why.
Yeah.
I was just
Go on, Zerks.
wondering why my feet
Oh,
are so
not
small for
Zerks.
my height. Like a 6.5-ish. 6. Bit mad, isn't it?
What size do kids go up to?
6.
5.5. 6.
6.
That's so annoying because your trainers would be like 35% off if your feet were just half a size smaller.
That's your size shoe, yeah?
Yeah, 6.5.
Do you ever get kids trainers?
Wow.
No.
How tall are you?
5'10".
Same as me.
Almost.
You got size 6 feet. How does that happen? Wow.
What size are your feet?
10.
10. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on.
Right.
Whereas Ethan...
Slim, fast.
Ethan, what are you, 5'6"? And what size
Slim,
feet?
fast player, yeah?
9.
Size 9.
There's no way you're size 9.
He is. I've seen his feet.
You're size 9
like
with your laces strangled, probably. There's a difference between wearing a size 9 and being a size 9, you know. I tell people that. Yeah. Whereas you're probably actually a size 8, but you're...
Yeah.
He
wants something.
You want a bit of... But you just wear your shoes with a bit of room and a bit... Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Air it out.
Do you like your boots tight?
I wear
one of them guys.
I wear them snug, yeah.
Yeah? So you go one size lower than your normal trainer size?
No, snug is in
or half size
to size.
Some people, when they play, they wear one size smaller or half size smaller, so it's real tight. I'm like, what are you doing that for?
I know a couple of boys, they wear like half a size smaller in trainers so that they can wear the laces a bit loose.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's better than having that like big bunny ears dripping on the floor.
Yeah, it's mad. Actually makes a difference where the normal, like a trainer normally laced.
Yeah.
If you loosen the laces a bit, like all of them thread, it actually can almost make like half a size difference in terms of feel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Widen them out a little bit.
Yeah, but and the opposite obviously when you strangle one.
I can't.
You've
I
actually
have to wear shoes that are exactly the right size because my second toe is so much bigger than my big toe because I've got feet like a fucking gecko that there's so much pressure gets put into like that knuckle otherwise that it just kills. Yeah. So the amount of times I've worn trainers that are like, oh, I can sneak into a size 11 and then my second toe is just bruised for 2 weeks.
There's a way, there's so many ways to manipulate. You could just take the insole out.
Yeah, no, then just buy your normal size, innit?
Yeah.
Just forget that.
Because
it doesn't feel as good.
The problem with 12 is a lot of shoes, they'll only sell up to an 11. Or like you want a nice pair of shoes, you look, it's up to 11 or 12 sells out quick because they don't make many of them.
Order in America then,
so sometimes I have to sneak a little 11 and just hope.
It's like taking insole out can make at least half a size difference. So
I used to do that.
Or if you get a pair of trainers and they're a little bit big.
You know when I used to do that?
Adding another insole makes it tight.
You know what I used to do?
Depends on brands as well. Do you find some brands I don't know.
That's the thing, the brands as well, man.
Man. It's back in the day, TNs were the way forward. Every different colour TNs and Nike TNs. So I bought every colour. I had about 30 pairs. And then there was like women's version that were like, it's only women's and they don't go up to your size. So I was like, I've got to get size 9 in them. I've got to get size 9 and take the insole out. I'm wearing them. They're sick. So yeah.
Did you used to do that? Did it work?
I get the women's and take the insole out.
That's nice.
I think in America it's 2 sizes, 2.5 less. So 11.5 is like 10.5, 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's
like,
what it is, isn't it?
It can be so complicated because, for example, like New Balance, a UK 7's 40.5 Europe. But 40.5 European Nike is 6.5. So
the European one,
weird, isn't it?
Is it just centimeters? It can't be.
I don't know what it is.
Inches, I think. No, it can't
40
be
inches long. It's like that's telly.
That's me.
Yeah, I don't know what the unit of measurement is. It's not millimeters. It's not inches.
It's just a number. They just made a number.
Because what size is it? 46. Why are we doing that? It must correlate to something because Europe tend to be like metric.
Oh, you're right. Because apparently half a size is 1/8 of an inch.
Right.
So what's an 1/8 of an inch plus 1/8 of an inch?
I don't know. I think
that's a
British
quarter.
sizes are they not inches? It's not, is it?
I have no idea. Size 10, like 10 inches.
Yeah. Nah, probably not.
Maybe.
I don't even know. It can't be. Because no way Ronnie's feet are only 6 inches long. Just like walking on little like feet like a fucking antelope or something. Just like obviously not. Little round feet.
Little stubs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's not can't be it, can it? Someone must know. Someone must know what the shoe size correlates to. See, it's nice when we're winning because we can just chat about anything and enjoy it.
Come on, Garnacho, let's go. Hey,
go on,
stop
Oh,
what a shot! Who shot that? But Dorgu.
Yeah.
I keep thinking Dorgu's flipping Xerxes. with his hair. He's a bit darker, I guess.
I think that was
goalkeepers.
That's not a good
I think that was contact-wise a little bit light for me. I don't think that was a penalty.
No,
I think he just got eased over. Yeah. Let's have a look. Does well, Garnacho wins the ball back, cuts inside. No, Tuanzebe just steps into him. There's nowhere near enough for a foul there.
I'd love to have got it though, just to see the meltdown after the Everton.
Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah, that would have been great. I'm going to look at why European shoe sizes are the way they are.
Well done, Dorgu. Pace. See ya.
That's a booking. Surely a booking. The European shoe system probably, I love that, it's already starting with no one fucking knows, probably originates from the original stitch length of the double seams of a sewing machine. So a stitch equates to 2/3 of a centimetre. So is it 46 stitches long? That's proper old school. That's like horse.
46 is around.
Maybe it's the circumference
Of it.
What? Anyway.
Yeah. Wow. So the least like metric modern thing ever then.
This is like QI with football.
Yeah. I was watching a recipe the other day, and you know, like it's all like grams and all that, and the recipe said, put it in a pan and cook it for 3 to 4 whistles. What the fuck is it? 3 to 4 whistles? What does that mean? That's the least accurate unit of measurement I've ever heard in my life.
How long is a whistle?
I have no idea what that meant. I just had to. I'm going to have to start again on this recipe here. 3 to 4 whistles.
What were you cooking?
It was a curry, a lamb curry.
Nice.
It was fantastic, actually.
That would have been undercooked for sure.
No, it's
3 to 4 whistles.
I didn't realise that because it's like lamb neck, and it needed cooking for 2 hours, but I didn't realise. Started cooking it about 7:45, so I didn't eat dinner till 10 p.m. Lizzie ate hers like an hour and a half before me. I was absolutely starving. Horrible, but it was worth it. Anuman says Ronnie, I wouldn't be talking about sizes wearing that boy's large top. That's a super chat, so I had to read it out.
Come on, let's go. Come on, Zerk. Play it into him. Play it into Highland. Highland!
Take a bit longer.
Just choose one or the other.
We knew you weren't going to pass the ball.
No.
You got to just slide it into Highland's feet hard. Let him try and do something. But Highland didn't really look like he wanted it either, though, to be fair.
You wonder how much plays into it that Hoyland hasn't been, scored in 16 there.
What?
Like going back,
passing to it.
Yeah. Like saying, I'll fancy taking this on myself. I've got more chance of scoring than Hoyland has.
Because he doesn't miss too many chances, does he? It's not like he misses things.
But I think Garnacho thinks he's
the man.
I'll sort this.
I've got this.
Yeah, I do think he has a bit
I'm
of
the
that.
new Rashi.
Which at times.
Yeah, he has been.
Isn't a bad thing to have, but
he's won a fair few games, hasn't he? I suppose.
Yeah,
he's a bit too young in his career to start thinking it is Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Thing is, you get yourself in them positions, you're going to want to try and do something, aren't you? But sometimes you just think, you know what, let me just find Hoyland there.
Yeah.
Hoyland, make it look like you want it, though.
Yeah, guys.
Like I say.
Some studs on his shin as well. Good lad. I like Dorgu. He's always like on him, isn't he? When you're going down his side, you never get loads of space.
Yeah.
Bring the pain.
Like there, he takes one touch and he's in.
Is that one player that's like when they're under attack, you don't ask?
That's dirty, you know. He might get a problem. This.
Do you think
that's not good, you know?
He might get sent off there.
This isn't a good day for Dorgu.
That's a sending off. If VAR look at that, that's a red card.
No, it was right in front of the red there.
We want to hope that VAR don't look at that.
So why Dorgu did the whole. Sorry, like you can tell he was a bit.
No, but that's bad.
That might be a red.
He's got his hand on his ear. It's over. It's a
red, isn't it?
Damn, man. Now what?
Let's see.
Now he's out for 3 games, isn't it? That's for a straight red.
Maybe they won't.
There's no chance that isn't a red.
Yeah,
there's not even a chance that isn't a red. There's no chance it isn't a red. If that's on VAR, he's off. And somehow, if he's got off, we are lucky as hell. He's not even saying anything. That's great.
I think that should be a red card.
He's not even said anything.
He steps in and gets him shin high.
That's massive. That's a red card.
Yeah. Do you remember that one where I think Pogba and Rashford both got sent off for a similar thing where they went to step across to shield the ball and
Yeah.
just scraped down someone's shield. Rashford one was,
yeah.
I think Pogba did it against Arsenal.
Yeah.
And just trying to
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
He's gone.
Yeah,
He's gone. Fuck's sake.
It is a
Ah.
red card, isn't it? He could have broke his leg there.
See you later. See you later, mate.
Good, great angle, that. Fucking hell.
He's gone. I know. If you show from there, he might get yellow.
Oh,
Nah, he's getting a red.
mate.
Even from that area, even from that angle. It's not off the floor though.
Do you know
is
what
it?
it is? That's one of those tackles.
Oh, no. That
actually
could have
could
hurt
break
him.
his
That
leg.
could have
That's
broken his
one
leg.
of those tackles that's bad and he's going to get sent off, but it's actually made worse by the positioning of
No, he's got straight leg as well.
No, it's a red.
Ah! I can't even watch that.
That
Why
is
am I
bad.
even watching that?
That
So
could've been
easily could have just kept going and
Yeah.
broken his bone there. That's a bad tackle, that.
Ah.
Does he get the ball?
Thing is, he is just going for the ball. In fast motion, you can see he's clearly just going to kick the ball.
Yeah.
But the other guy gets there first and it's
But you've
it's a
given
flat
reds for
stud on his
that
shin.
many times, haven't
Yeah,
they?
no,
He's
it
gotta
is a
go.
red. It is a
No
red.
The thing
doubt.
is, Kevin McKenna, Kieran McKenna, he's quite relaxed on the sideline there. Just raising
Yeah,
his
he
arm.
doesn't go big on it, does he? What are we saying here?
He's going to have a word. Just
I might not be sending off.
Just say, don't
No,
do
he's
it
gonna
again.
He's going to send him off.
Come over
It's
here.
it's mean
Come
that
all the
you
way
take
to
him
the
over,
penalty
yeah,
spot.
and
All the
then
way
send
to
him
the
all the way
penalty.
back.
All the way to the
It
middle.
can't VR a yellow, innit?
He's not giving a red.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. Yeah,
It's
he
a
is.
red.
I was going to say, fucking hell. Fuck's sake. It's annoying that because he doesn't. He's not trying to hurt him. It's not a nasty tackle.
He's not done it on purpose.
But the way,
that's
like
for
you said, the way his leg is like across Dorgu's the space he's trying to tackle in, the way that his foot goes on that shin.
That's bad.
If there's any more weight behind it, he just snaps his leg there.
That's what I mean. And that went back as well. So it's kind of like dangerous. Dangerous. It's not your fault. Well, it is your fault, but
Yeah.
you didn't mean it.
No,
Didn't mean it at all.
it's bad.
It just gets worse at United, doesn't it?
He's had a
It
bad.
does, doesn't it?
We can't catch a break. can we?
No,
We can't catch a
it's
break.
like you think we can't possibly get any more players injured, right? Boardroom's fucked. And like, right, we can't. Everything's like the baseline now. This is rock bottom, and then our new player is out for 3 games.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What a time to be alive.
Basically given them a goal in the
Yeah.
first minute as well. In the
Oh,
fourth
yeah, I
minute.
forgot about that.
Yeah, I did.
Oh no.
George Halls says, "Are we actually cursed?" Yeah, we are.
Are we actually going to be able to hold this out now?
That's
Who's
right,
coming
come
off?
on.
Another a forward. I bet a forward's coming off.
17, yeah.
Garnacho.
Trying to hold it from here then.
No,
No, it can't be.
Garnacho. It's 17. Oh, it is Garnacho.
Yeah, you come take down with us because we'll need you for the weekend.
Surprised by that. I would have thought he would have taken Xerxes off there, but because Xerxes, I feel like he's not. He had a couple of good touches 15 minutes ago,
Yeah.
but he's not really been on the ball much, has he?
I think he's done more than Hoyland has, though.
Highland's just on the pitch now, isn't it?
He's just
there.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason to be on the pitch.
Bloody hell.
I don't know how I feel about this game. We're winning.
But are we?
Yeah.
Are we going to?
Fuck's sake.
Now we're
Because
down
also
to
now
10.
the next 50 minutes are going to be horrible.
Yeah, and you know when United are down to 10, it's like we're really down to 9.
It's back. We were already down to 10, even when we had 11, because no one's got.
Well,
confidence.
now we're down to 9.
Yeah. We're just gonna see. They're gonna score straight away. I bet you. We keep doing this whenever we go down to 10 men. We tend to concede like immediately.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
did it
just
in that
let's-
game where Rashford got sent off. That was on about before.
Yeah.
Just
we
go
do it against
right back.
Arsenal
Look,
as
we're
well?
just going fully back now.
did it
We're going to
against
have to just defend and
Let's
defend.
just try
Because
and
we're
keep
not good enough as well. Do you know the top teams,
They'll keep the ball.
even
still.
with 10 men, they keep the ball against Ipswich and still keep pressure.
Yeah,
apply
and
pressure.
they'll be able to get goals. Even if they were 2-0 down and got a man sent off, like City,
I saw.
I wouldn't
Arsenal-
even put it
I saw-
behind them to come back.
Arsenal against West Ham with no attackers, right? And they had, I think, 50 minutes, 10 men, and it was still like West Ham backs to the wall, Arsenal knocking on the door and dominating. I've seen it with like City and Liverpool. So Liverpool basically outplay Fulham for 60 minutes.
Okay.
But
And we're
I don't think
doing
we're capable of doing that though.
No, we're just
Nah,
gonna.
we're not
hit
capable of
and
doing
hope
that with 11. We're not capable of keeping the ball well under pressure with 11. So we definitely can't do it with 10.
Maybe the weather will get really bad.
And they'll call it off.
Yeah.
Just end it now. 2-1. Score stays the same.
Come on, United. Let's go. Can we get another goal? That's the question. Do you think so?
No.
I don't
know.
The 2 goals we got came from set pieces. It was hardly from
it's not from
brilliant
We
football.
could maybe get another one from a set piece.
What was the first goal?
It was the own goal. So they gave us one.
Near post.
Oh yeah,
We've
and then
only scored one.
Delete, yeah.
And then Delete after 3 attempts.
Till it was the second.
Yeah,
one.
2 goals against. Yeah.
See Ipswich all in the possession now. Let's just not concede before half time.
They've not really tested Onana today, have they?
No, not yet.
Not as much as Dorgu.
But now, it's a bit of a time.
Ball into the box.
Oh no!
Okay, no, man.
I
can't
literally
believe
knew.
that.
That was the softest ball ever I've ever seen in my life.
I literally
Keeper got to save that.
I literally knew we were going to concede straight away.
Surely keeper got to save that.
We fucking do it every single time. We concede. We go a man down. We just instantly concede. I knew we would.
Can we just take him off now? Just take off Onana and put on whoever there is. You can't allow a dribbling ball to get in there. How do you allow that to go in? That bounced 3 times.
He's obviously waiting at to the last second to see if Delap gets a touch.
Yeah, but he's still got a goal there.
When it doesn't,
If he gets a touch, he gets a touch. But I'm sure keepers are told, get that.
He's got to
What's
be out.
that?
What are you doing?
What's that? What are you doing?
He's different. Doing that different business. What's he doing here? Bounce.
Where's he going?
He's watching the man and not the ball, innit?
Them ones there where you don't know if there's going to be a touch a bit, but he always makes things look. I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's got in.
It's
got to come out for that.
I think
you got to save them, and if it goes in, it goes in.
I do think those ones are difficult on the keeper, but he did make it look worse, and you don't have any belief he's going to actually deal with that correctly.
Yeah. Here we go. Send them all off.
Just do it every time.
Okay.
You just knew we'd concede straight away, didn't you? It's absolutely.
You know you're going to get a yellow for that as well, though. Why are you doing that?
You said 3-2 though, Ronaldo, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still on.
Maybe they'll get a man sent off as well, and then we might be back in it.
That's pathetic.
Yeah, he should get a yellow
You literally
in the
should be getting a
post.
fucking booking for that, you knobhead.
That's exactly why I think they need to
He
get in the
touches,
post.
he puts his arm across, hits him in the arm, and then
Yeah,
goes
he's
down
thinking,
holding
yeah.
his face. That's the problem. VAR can't give a booking.
This
But
is what's not fair, though. That's
so he
what's
can just
not
do
fair.
that and get away with it.
And he's got the
Absolute
yellow.
bollocks. Unbelievable.
And he's going to continue doing that the rest of his career
He's
as
got a
well.
bad face, that old shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit scary.
Like all the elements.
Here we go, Ipswich.
Like all the elements
No,
of his
wait.
face seem condensed in the middle of it.
Jaden
There's a
Philogene.
lot of spare face.
Jaden Philogene on a hat trick at Old Trafford.
Love spare
Nuke
face.
the club.
Yes, get him off. What? Is he injured?
Oh, God.
Just take him off.
The 2 goals that Ipswich have scored are just so preventable, both of them, aren't they? I know we've had an own goal, but at least it was because the ball was put in a dangerous area. We've literally just gifted them 2 goals.
But would they look out of place on a highlights reel of goals conceded by Manchester United?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, how many easy goals do we concede?
Yeah, all the time.
My
Absolutely
God.
shocking there, Onana, for the second one.
Is it half time?
Yes.
Hey.
Thoughts on the first half, Ronnie?
So much happened, didn't it? Let me just the mix up with Onana, I feel like Dorgu got a lot of the blame. I think he does have blame, but when I saw it initially, I thought Onana wasn't decisive the way he came out. It was a little bit hesitant. He didn't make the situation easier for Dorgu. So, and then I thought Dorgu was actually okay, pretty bright outside of that. Just needs to work on that final ball delivery. I think we've controlled most of the game possession wise.
Yeah.
There's not been a lot of chances created and a lot of penetration, as you said about 15 minutes ago. But I didn't think Ipswich were particularly threatening either. I think they had a couple of breakaways that we've dealt with comfortably. But I don't know, 2-2, sending off down to 10 men now. Garnacho coming off, who as usual always looks like he could be a bit of a danger, but then nothing ever really comes of it.
Yeah, that was
in the end,
it's a strange
do you know what I mean?
substitution, that.
But I don't know. I think the defense has been pretty decent. The back three centre halves, they've kept the underlap pretty quiet. He was a dangerous player. I thought Dorgy was doing a great job against Hutchinson defensively. But I thought it was a game we was largely controlling, and when we were 2-1 up, I thought we were comfortable. And then now, Dorgy with a bit of a late reckless tackle, sending off down to 10 men. They score pretty quickly after that, and the whole game changes, and the complexion of the game changes. And now I feel like we're up against it in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, looking at some of the numbers, United had 61% possession, 7 shots to Ipswich's 4, 5 shots on target to their 2, but United have had half the XG of Ipswich. So obviously, looking at the quality of the chances that we've had, not particularly good. I think the delete one, but again, a lot of that XG comes from the fact that their first goal was 0.96 XG, entirely manufactured by Manchester United. So to suggest that they've kind of cut us open would be a massive overstatement. We've basically given them 2 goals. The first one, like I said, accounts for almost all the big chances that they had, and then the second one is a sort of speculative cross into Delap that Onana, we've all seen goalies do that, where they're waiting for the striker to come in. Does the striker get a touch? I'm not going to dive yet, because if he gets a touch and he just puts it in the near post, Onana looks like an idiot. But the ball is going so slow and ends up going close enough to him that even after Delap has clearly not touched it, he should be able to get over and make a save there. He's just, like you said, Ronaldo, indecisive, and at that point he's hesitating even after the ball's gone past Delap. It's fundamental stuff. Get your thoughts in the comments. Obviously, United 1 goal up and then the red card happened. John Downey says the sad thing is I'm not even surprised anymore. Mistakes after mistakes after mistakes all season. That's from Steph. It wasn't even a yellow. I have to disagree with you, I'm afraid.
What?
It's
wasn't a yellow?
Full studs on his shin, and honestly, if Dorgu's moving 3 or 4 miles an hour faster there, he probably breaks his leg.
Now
it's a red card.
If you get past the tribal bias and obviously the rose-tinted glasses of United, if that challenge was on one of our players, we'd be saying it's a red.
She's talking about Hoyland.
Do you know what I mean?
Talking about Hoyland.
So
yeah.
You'd be saying if that tackle was done against one of our players, we'd say it's a red card.
Yeah, annoyingly, and I don't think he meant it. I think he's a little bit unfortunate. He gets the timing wrong, and because the studs are up and it lands on his shin, it's a red card. Jake Bennett says United keepers are supposed to save difficult shots. Onana truly shaky. I watched a top 10 De Gea saves video today just for the nostalgia. I mean, that has to have some of the best saves of all time.
He's unbelievable.
It is best. Onana, De Gea, sorry, is still the best shot stopper I've ever seen.
Yeah.
For any goalkeeper, I think he's the best I've seen at purely shot stopping. Henok says the commentator said you have to watch the replay slower to see the red, when that's not how we watch football. Slowing it down can make it worse. I do get that. When you watch it at full speed, that's what I was saying before, I feel a bit sorry for Dorgu because he didn't mean it. He wasn't trying to hurt him. It wasn't particularly late. It was only a split second late.
It's still dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still dangerous. Ryan R says, right now, would you take a 2-2 draw?
100.
And he says he hates himself for even asking that.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? When you got down to 10, now, remember I said I had a slight feeling we're going to win this. Now it's like, when you're down to 10, when United are down to 10, it's good as over. Like, we're good as losing the game. Like, I'd take a draw all day long. I can't see us being able to even get a shot in the second half now.
Would you take a draw?
Yeah, I think a draw at this stage will probably be as good as a win. I don't see any substitutions or formation tactics that Amarim can put out there to try and get a win. Or I don't think we've got the personnel in the 10 that we've got available to do it. So yeah, I'd take 2-2 at this stage. It's just, I said before the game, I expected Onana a mistake within the first 10 minutes, and whether he was fully at error with the Dorgu thing.
He's already made a mistake the second one.
Yeah,
anyway.
but he definitely made the mistake on the second one. And the longer that people continue to pick him, and we're going to drop points.
Yeah,
United don't make small errors. Do you know, we don't. Everything leads to a red card or it leads to a stupid goal, and it's consistently happening.
Well, you know what though? I'd rather have him in than Bayern there though. I know you might
hurt to title,
right, but
Newcastle are losing to Liverpool.
Yeah, I still rather
no
have
real
him
surprise there.
Yeah, I mean,
Newcastle's Anfield record's not very good, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it is.
We got beaten up by City last week on it, and then getting beat today.
Just looking at some of the comments then.
Dan has changed.
Dan Ellie says Onana has to be the worst keeper I've seen at United. I mean,
he's not. Is he bad as Taibbi? No, I don't know.
The thing is, though, everyone recognised how bad Taibbi was.
Actually, you know
he got
what?
shipped out. I was at his debut at Liverpool.
His mistakes are much worse now. Like the amount of mistakes this guy Onana's had now is surpassing everybody.
Yeah, look, that's the angle I saw. Was like he was a bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Stopping and starting.
When he was on his way, though, it was fine, wasn't he? Look, he's there.
No, but when Dorgu don't clock him until he passes the ball.
Talking about causation here, that eventual scenario happens
because he stopped and thought, I better pass it back to him.
Dorgu looks up and he's not moved, so he doesn't think he's come for him. The next time Dorgu looks,
we need to know, did he shout?
Dorgu initially looks like as in, is Onana coming? And he didn't, he was hesitating. Like and then by the time he's looked back at the ball, then Onana started to come. So then, like the whole perception.
Yeah,
he should be able to still see him though, even without looking at him.
He's got the ball coming over, and he's got to watch the man as well. He's made the
judgment. You can look. I can see everything here while I'm looking here. Yeah. I can see you right now.
I appreciate the hesitation from Onana doesn't help Dorgu, but I think that is on Dorgu for me. I understand that Onana hasn't helped him in a top, perfect goalkeeper. He comes out instantly, shouts it, gets him out of the way. I'm having this. It's all mine. But Dorgu doesn't need to touch the ball there, and the fact that he does puts it past Onana is a lack of awareness from Dorgu. And I think they're both at fault. But for me, if I'm Dorgu there, I would think that was my fault.
Yeah, and I
should know where my keeper is. I think that's his fault personally. But again, it's just. The mistake. It's like with United, just roll the dice. The mistakes are going to happen.
Oh my!
We are going to make like 3 or 4 fuck ups. Just roll the dice on who does them.
Yeah.
Like it's not even Dorgu's fault. Like he's arguably cost us a goal and got sent off, and I don't even blame him. That's how much of a shit situation we're in at the minute. It's just doesn't matter what you try and do. It's not going to work. Jake Bennett says United goalkeepers. Oh, I've read that one already. Apologies. Clark Kent says not a red. Missed the tackle, but not a red. There's a few people saying that in the comments. I disagree, but I think his intent was fair enough. But I just think it's too risky. That challenge is dangerous, and unfortunately, I think you get sent off for those things. Akbar Mir with a super chat, no comment, but thank you for that. Damien says United is the worst goalkeeper at United I've seen. I'm sick of seeing him play for the club. He has to go. I mean, he's got at least another 3 or 4 months, so we're going to have to get used to it a little bit. Tom Ryder says, I can't bring myself to sit through another few weeks of a right back being at left back. Where is Luke Shaw? I don't know.
Do
you remember when he got injured 3 weeks ago? And there was all these reports saying Luke Shaw's going to be out for another 3 weeks. And then it seemed like the club leaked like these reports are overestimating how injured this guy is. It's just a mini setback. He's not even been in the fucking squad since, and it's been the 3 weeks that the club refuted. Where is he? Is he even in training?
Mount's back in training, isn't he?
Yeah, Mount's back in training, I think.
Seen him training.
Yeah. Gab says, on the second goal, the cross should have never gone in. Dalot and Højlund skinned too easily. To be honest, I haven't even watched it with that in mind because I'm just we're just focusing on the Onana thing.
That was such a weak cross because when you open up the angle, it's impossible to really stop that. But there's such a bad cross to cross in, and it was just how the hell is that going to go in? I'm thinking keeper's going to get there and just go. You know what? Okay, if he misses it, I can just move and hit it and put my hand there. But he was so far away for it, he can't even dive towards the ball. That's again the fundamentals of keeping. You can't do that.
No, because he takes a little mini step to his left. If you watch it, he goes a little
thinking
step
that
to
the player might kick it.
The ball's about to get to lap. Onana goes like that, and by that point, when he doesn't hit it, he can't get back again. It's just he just misreads it, and then he goes one way too early, and then hesitates getting back the other way. It's just poor goalkeeping.
Remember, he did that against. It's like he's diving before the person shoots. As well.
He does it all the time.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's like football players. Like when you've been at school and you go, I'll go and goal, and then you just dive and go, oh, I got it wrong.
Yeah.
I got it wrong. He's a proper keeper, supposed to be a proper keeper, and he's diving before you even shoot. Flipping Solanke. All these goals, loads of goals that he done, he's like already leaning. Like, why are you leaning for? You're supposed to be upright, ready. As soon as it shoots, then you go.
Yeah.
It's not a penalty,
Yeah, I feel like even both goals we conceded just comes from Onana just not being decisive in it. I think we can put it down to. Do you know what? Both scenarios weren't ideal for like a keeper or defenders. Those little crosses where you're not sure whether a touch is going to go in it and you have to dive last minute. But he just always has a way of making those scenarios look worse, or those scenarios end up being punishing us the most. Because looking back on the first one, I'm not going to lie to you, the more I see the first goal, the more I'm leaning towards Onana, you know.
What?
Honest to God.
So even though he's touched it there, why did he touch it there?
I just think that scenario where I think initially the ball goes over the top. He looks at Onana. Onana's doing this indecisive hesitation thing when he initially looks. So he thinks, okay, I've got to deal with it. And then as soon as Dorgu's then looked up to actually deal with the ball, then Onana started to come out. And then obviously Dorgu's kind of lost perception of where Onana is. So then by the time it's come down, he's gone to touch it back, thinking Onana's stayed, which he hasn't, and he's probably not spoken as well. He's created. I've seen it. I've seen it again. Onana's the one that's created that situation.
I do understand that, but I think if we were to flip it, and because everyone, myself included, we can all see Onana is having an awful time, and may not be good enough for Man United, whatever. But I think if that was the other way around, and Onana went to pass it to his centre back, and because he misread the flight of the ball and didn't look back at his centre back, he just passed it to their player and they put it in. No one would blame the centre back. Like, I think that there is. It's like, I get that Onana doesn't help Dorgu, but Dorgu doesn't know where the person he's passing the ball to is. But did
you listen to the way I described it?
I did, yeah, of course. I see what you're talking about.
So the reason why he's not seeing him come out is because when Dorgu's initially looked at Onana's doing the...
No, I get that.
This and that. So then Dorgu's gone, shit, I have to deal with this ball. And he's looking up in the air with a ball that's bouncing. And when he's looking up, that's when Onana started to come out. And he's obviously not spoke to him. So then when the ball's come down, he's tapped it. And then he's like, shit, Onana's come out now.
Yeah, I get it, and I don't even disagree with what you're saying, but I just think that if you're the one who is in control of the ball is at Dorgu's feet, I know it's coming to his feet, you should be aware of where you're passing. There should be some onus on you as to whether you just put the ball on a plate for their striker or not. I do think that Onana doesn't help, but for me, obviously, I just think Dorgu is the one player at United that we want to criticise the least because he looks good and he's new. Onana is the player at United who probably, now Rashford's left, people are willing to criticise the most, him and Højlund. And I do think that plays into it. I just think if you're a footballer and you give the ball to their striker and pass it past your goalkeeper, you should be able to see
I'm not absolving Dorgu of blame there, at all. But I think initially, because the whole panel was because when I first saw it, my first thing was Onana's caused that. And then everyone's there's been said, oh, that's Dorgu's fault because he's actually made the pass through. And I've started to think, all right, maybe by that point he could have dealt with it.
Yeah.
But then the more I've seen the replays and the more I've seen it, the more I've leant towards it being Onana's fault. So do you think he's created that? Okay.
My question is then to you,
do you know what I mean?
Is you're basically saying that because he's had that little thing, it's caused him to decide that he's going to pass back.
The eventual scenario of Dorgu playing that pass past him starts from Onana being too hesitant and indecisive to begin with. When Dorgu's looked at him,
I agree with that.
Because you see it, Dorgu's looked at Onana when the ball's first coming over,
but then look
and then he see.
That's what I mean. He should peripheral vision.
Wait, how can he look? How can he?
How can he look straight in front of him? It's not too much to ask.
Joe, you've not listened to anything that I've said when I've described it.
I've said, listen, I understand exactly what you're saying.
You haven't, because you said he look again. He's looking at the ball. The ball's bouncing in the air.
It's got to have peripheral vision. So
when Dorgu kicks the ball, is he still looking in the air, or has his vision come down to where the ball is? And in that time, if I understand why it's happened, he hasn't obviously seen him. He obviously hasn't done it on purpose. But I think if we're talking about, should you be expected to see a man running towards you who at the point he kicks it is about 2 yards from him, I don't think it's too much to ask to have seen him again. I understand what you're saying.
The speed of football there and the little split seconds. I've just talked when the ball. I've seen it many times on replay. When the ball's come over, his initial thing which was smart to do, is to look to see whether the keeper's coming out to claim. And then when he's seen Onana hesitate, the ball's there bouncing in the air, and he's got someone up his arse pressuring him. So he's focusing on the ball, obviously.
Well, let's do a poll.
The ball's bouncing,
and then people think, obviously.
By the time the ball's actually, so he's tried to deal with it, and so he's obviously initially thinking Onana must have stayed. When the ball's coming down, I'm going to set this back to him. And then Onana's decided to come out when Dorgu's had his eyes off him. Because he obviously didn't know where he was.
The problem
Do you know what I mean?
is
So I think that is
it's
great.
never going to
Do you know what I
work
mean?
there. That set was never going to work. Like, I don't know why
Yeah,
you tried
but-
to set it there. That's the problem I've got.
I think I understand what you're saying, Ronnie.
I think
do get
Onana
it.
had more control of the situation than Dorgu did. And then he's left. He's given too
And
much of the
especially if
earnest
Onana's
to
not
Dorgu.
said anything again. That's another
if
thing.
that's
He
happened, that's
definitely needs
poor.
to communicate better.
Yeah.
He needs to be screaming, "I'm getting this ball."
Yeah.
And if he isn't, then
That's
again,
poor.
it's
That's really
I'm
poor.
not. I don't think Onana's blamed. I just think,
But we go 50. So
anyway,
you
it doesn't.
What was it?
You Dorgu then.
I'm
the thing is,
Dorgu all day long.
It doesn't really
I'm
matter,
Dorgu
does it?
all day
It doesn't
long.
really
Yeah, I
matter.
know.
It's a bit of a fuck up between two players who have both got it wrong.
Are they
People
saying-
in the comments think obviously Onana
What?
is more to blame, yeah. So
How many votes have we got there?
like 600 it was, something like that.
What? And they got Onana saying it's him.
I say I'm
Is
with
he-
Ronnie. I think
You're
so. I'm
Onana?
Yeah, because I think Dorgu makes the decision the first time it's looked.
All right, well look again then. This thing
He
about
can't win the defence. He's already made the decision. The
Yeah,
ball's
but make
down.
a new decision.
Wait, calm because she moves on.
Hey, Scott.
Go out to the defence. Just hang on a minute.
Just
I'm going to
block-
make
You've
another
got to be
decision
able to
here.
think on the fly. Like,
Just score
things
from
change
30
all the time.
Yeah.
Just whip the free kick into the top corner.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Come on, United. Oh my days!
Fucking unbelievable.
Who cares about the Onana?
Doesn't matter now.
I mean, it will do in a second.
We're friends
It will do in a
again,
minute,
though,
we'll
But
get
the
it.
VAR says it's no goal.
Friends, don't worry about that. Fucking hell.
But VAR says it's not a goal.
You know when we said,
Yeah,
what
you
was
said
it?
that, didn't you?
2 own
Call
goals
us
and a
Arsenal.
penalty. It's two corners and a own goal that we've
Come
scored.
on.
3-2.
Call us
I can't believe we're scored again. I can't believe it.
Might as well call us Arsenal.
Let me get another one.
I hope so.
Oh
Knew the
my
score
days.
prediction was on.
3-2, eh?
Dude.
Good header.
Okay, let's go.
Good header.
Do we get monies for this?
Harry.
If it finishes like this.
You can give me what, 20p? Yeah,
Ooh. Don't mind that. Take
Great
it.
header. Good run. Who is that who he beats in the air there?
Oh, no,
he
he
literally
just
just jumps where he is and like he doesn't even stick a leg out. What was his plan there? The ball was just gonna. He's had the hairdryer on that hair at half time, hasn't he?
Conditioner on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pop the hairdryer on that bad boy.
100%. Get that towel off.
I don't like that.
Comb back out.
Half time hairdryer treatment, but it's literally just drying his own hair. out.
But when that?
Football club was built on that.
That's true, yeah. Not the one I thought though. Ross Murphy says, Paddock, we just scored. Leave it now till later. Come on, United. Yeah. Let's all just calm down.
We've been talking about it for 45 minutes.
Here's the thing. Regardless of whose fault it is, we're shit.
Shit, we've probably got.
We're shit and winning.
We've probably been.
Shit.
But we're winning.
We've probably been clipped up now as well. Fucking hell.
I don't care. Own Sawyer Hartley. What's going on and off the pitch? This club is nuts. Yeah, it is nuts. Yeah, it's great. Ipswich. That's nice to get a goal early on as well.
Yeah.
Because that
calms
means
it down
there's
now.
something, yeah. We
We've got
just need
something to
not-
hang on to. Uh-oh.
I don't know, that wasn't a foul.
What?
hell.
What?
Hello, now.
Jesus.
Yeah, there you go.
There'll be someone on Twitter saying,
Blaming Hoyland's
"Holy
first
shit,
touch.
shouldn't have touched that."
Xerxes. That's the hardest I've ever seen Xerxes hit a ball.
Yeah, even for a shot.
Yeah,
not
I've
hit
never
that hard.
seen him strike it that well.
Oh, don't even bother on Onana.
Yeah, corner to Ipswich.
Have you seen that thing on Insta? Is it Instagram? Yeah, where there's like how big the goal needs to be for Garnacho to score. And it's making it bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
you got a load of them.
Got a few super chats. We won't get into the debate again because I think we've got,
Right, it's over.
I think we've got our thoughts out. But some of the comments are about that, so I will read them. Art212 says the difference is Onana can see the whole situation developing. Dorgu had it under control. Okay, Abhinav Verma says, if in doubt, clear it out. Basics of defending. There you go. Steve Doyle says, Onana should just stay away from the ball. He's great at that when it's a cross or a shot anyway. There you go.
Nice.
If Onana didn't shout, Dorgu needs to put it out. That's another super chat.
Yeah, get rid. I wouldn't play it back to him because it's so close to him. You can't play it back to him. So you got to boot out. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, it's over. Forget
It's over. There you go. United are 3-2 up, so that first goal don't even matter anyway. Basically, just imagine we're 1-0 up and none of the rest of that stuff happened. We don't need to.
1-0 boys. 0-0 lads.
Does red cards don't matter for the Europa, does it?
No.
Should be alright for Sociedad.
Domestic only, yeah. So we'll miss the.
But
cup
serious
game.
foul play is how many games? That's 3, isn't it?
3 games.
Three.
Oh.
Straight red.
That won't get overturned either.
No chance.
Definitely not. Did you see the Anthony one today?
Anthony who?
Anthony, who plays for Betis. Who's on
And I don't think
What, he got sent off?
He got sent off in the 93rd minute of the game last
for a
week.
Bluetooth tackle.
Yeah.
Bluetooth?
Yeah.
It was wireless.
Yeah, just no contact.
I mean,
It was. He sort of dives in behind him, and I think maybe like catches his heel a tiny bit, but somehow got a red. It definitely wasn't red. It's been overturned now.
I don't even know if they do that. I didn't know whether they do it in the league of the appeal thing.
Yeah, well, it was announced today.
I do know if probably because I thought it could be that thing in La Liga where they don't really allow appeals, but if Real Madrid do it, then it's allowed. Because I do know that league's basically run by the.
They're saying the opposite at the minute. They're Madrid, aren't they?
It's run by the two big teams, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of it.
I heard the manager, the referee they complained about, wasn't allowed to referee the next weekend.
Did you see the
That's the power they have.
They flew an English teacher over to do the appeal for Bellingham, and she had to
keep it. Just keep it.
Fuck you, fuck off.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. There is a big difference, though.
Yeah.
Florentino Perez. Oh wow, powerful man.
Hello.
Yeah.
Guys, keep the ball.
Just ran.
I wonder.
He just ran off and left the ball behind.
I wonder whether he wasn't.
He glitched
it
out
was
again.
The league punishing him for the wrong decisions and him not getting
touch.
Good touch.
Ref, he's pulled his arm. There we go.
For him not getting to play not getting to ref the next weekend, or whether it's a cover up for the fact that his house was visited by a few black SUVs.
Is that
courtesy
have
of
you come up with that conspiracy, or have you heard that somewhere?
Florentino Perez told me.
You just come up with it on the spot right now, haven't you?
He told me. The referee's now missing.
None of this is true. Anyone who's
I'll
watching
find him.
But it could be.
Why didn't he ref the following weekend then?
Probably maybe because he made a mistake and he was being punished for it.
Oh, can you put it across the goal?
Faster.
Who's that?
Why are you not
Is that
doing
the
it?
Cruyff turner?
Why are you not doing
Shit,
it?
that.
That the Cruyff turner?
Hoyland.
Yeah.
See, he doesn't help himself with stuff like that either.
All he needs to do is run onto the ball and lash it across the ball.
Yeah, it's such a straightforward
First time,
thing to
just
do.
smack it across goal. He slows down. He slows down so much when he gets to it that by the time he goes to hit it, the defender's there. So then he has to come back, but just sprint to it and smack it across.
Cruyff falls over anyway.
He seems quick over
That's what I mean.
when running in one direction.
Yeah,
but in terms of
without a ball.
but his agility in terms of to move his body around.
You don't have none
of that.
That's not what he has. He's got good pace, like you say. But if you're a runner, it'd be a good pace. But football's about agility.
My only
isn't it?
concern about Haaland is like the way he moves and almost like his hips. I'm not trying to get into some like biomechanics or whatever, but he does struggle to like create separation, innit?
There's an easier option there.
Like with the ball.
Yeah.
Always seems like his movements are a bit
upright,
slow,
yeah. Upright, and
like when he's shifting the ball and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Them little seconds there that matter.
Just use the other foot as well. Just use your right foot to control the ball.
Newcastle equalised it.
No.
Letting the Scousers run away with it, man.
Brian
Arsenal haven't scored yet, have they?
Bruce, is that Pallister?
Irwin. Pallister,
Robson,
Bruce.
Phelan.
No, who's that with his head down?
That isn't Pallister.
Pallister. It's not, is it? It don't look like him.
I don't know who it was. Didn't look like any player.
Left foot.
Good to see Steve Bruce there. Because you always see Robson and Irwin together, don't you? The ambassadors, and they're always just together. But you don't always see Bruce there. It's good to see.
Where's he now? He's just took another
just
job.
gonna say that. Has he?
I'm pretty sure he took another job.
Who?
Steve
Bruce. Yeah, he's with Blackpool.
Is it?
Yeah, because our player.
Or is it Mark Hughes?
Was there?
I know something. I know United managers have got a really good.
Yeah, he's at Blackpool. Yeah, you're right. As of 2024. I just playing. Yoro is there. Look. It's this bit now. Look, if you play the ball in the gap at the right time, Yoro is just out of the game.
Hold on.
Well done, Bruno.
Oh.
I think we need another one. We need another goal to kind of settle the nerves.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't. Other than another set piece, I don't.
That's
know
all
where it
that's
comes
happening,
from.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Law of averages. One more set piece.
Have we had a shot on target from a non-set piece yet?
Not that I can think of.
This season.
Very good.
Oh my god.
Oh god, you might be right.
I don't remember anyone having a shot.
You've probably scored as many goals from set pieces as we have from open play now.
Yeah, probably.
I think Dalot had that shot in it which got blocked after the header went in, and then so that's the one shot. Oh,
I've heard which isn't gonna help. Like that O'Shea. Do you know when we criticise the outpaced Rashford?
John O'Shea.
The O'Shea centre half for Ipswich. He's actually meant to be one of the quickest.
Is he?
Centre halves in the league.
Really? Is that him in the centre there, 26?
Yeah. Because there was a thing where, like, away, there was like a through ball and he's burnt past.
Oh, what they doing in space? Like, why is there so much space?
He's only got 10 men.
And he's burnt past
in the box.
Rashford, and everyone's like, Rashford, slow.
What?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with anything? There's 4 men there, and there's 2 men there.
You're right.
And he's not picking them up at all. He's not.
No, you're right.
United's XG from open play is 0.09. So what that has to be one shot at most, doesn't it? 9.
If you want to leave him that open, he's going to score.
Brilliant.
That's the amount of space. If you give anyone, like any top forward, just that kind of space in the box, it's a goal. You stand off me 10 yards, you're finished.
It's weird. You look at someone like O'Shea there, like you mentioned, Ronaldo. He's not. There's nothing about how he looks that screams he's going to be quick. He doesn't look particularly muscular. He's not particularly tall.
Yeah.
He's just kind of average build.
What does a quick person look like?
Big legs, powerful. Maybe some bit of muscle on there. You look at. You imagine a sprinter.
Defined everything. Yeah.
Some weight there. Height.
Chiseled everywhere.
Long levers and muscularity. I know what you're trying to get at. I'm not an idiot. But you look at usually a little bit of height, bit of muscularity. He doesn't obviously have either of those things, but there we are.
Yeah. I hear you.
Fucking get rid of it.
Shot here for.
Just don't let a shot go in. Just any type of shot, no matter how slow. Right, keep going. Turn out.
God.
Come on, if we can get the win here, that'd be great. We should be winning this game.
Yeah.
We deserve to win this kind of game. Because they're not that good.
The game's been even, though.
They're not that good, though.
Since 10 men. Which Ipswich aren't very good, man.
No,
you should know that. Like, so even with 10 men,
look at that. First touch is going to make
kills it by trying to
touch is amazing
and trying to
loses the ball.
No, by trying to.
That's the low.
By trying to go
play.
By trying to go for skill.
He nearly did the right thing then.
Yeah, you're going to have to maybe.
Not
there,
Megs.
Because it's a place to do
talk
it.
about this. You'll get me, Nathan. Do you know what that thing where, as a player, where
yeah, go on, say it again. Oh no, that's not the one though, is it? Like,
when you've not had a shot in 6 weeks,
as a player, where
why are you stepping over?
You've done like a skill that's come off, whether it's a nutmeg or a sick touch. There's always that thing of after it. There's a rush of blood where you feel like you got to do, you got to do something extra.
Like it's a routine.
You can't just do that and nothing else.
Yeah, I got to do something extra as well now. I've done like
Xerxes done that both times.
You know what I mean?
First good touch. The second touch is like really heavy because he's obviously just going.
He's plucked out the sky and he's thought,
yeah, I got to do something here.
Let me.
I want that on the reel.
Could have done something simple like shift it to the left, but then his goal and me go from. I always see players do it.
I think he's watched his Megs reel, you know, because I've seen the Megs reel of him where he gets hold of it and just Megs everyone.
Jesus Christ!
My days! Oh, don't let that get through.
Yes, well played, well bought.
I mean, free kick. Sorry. I think we might be able to handle this, you know. Feels like we might be able to. We're probably going to concede a couple shots before the end of the game. Fernanda can save us from that. Cruyff it.
Cruyff turn.
See you later. That looks like Euro. It's not, is it? It is Euro.
Yeah, it is Euro, yeah.
Euro's like...
I thought that was Xerxes again.
In a bit.
Yoro's like, why have you not passed the ball?
Oh my gosh, you can never be the one who wins it. Why?
Or Zerk's kicking the ball away.
He's going to get booked.
Silly Billy.
He is booked there.
No, you've got to be careful.
You had to book him there, otherwise there would have been an Arsenal fan that clipped that. Have you not noticed they've done that? Joe's focused on the OBS.
Yeah, sorry, the stream's freezing a little bit. Trying to work out what's going on.
The old bullshit. Do you know, an Arsenal fans' argument against decisions that don't go their way isn't whether it's actual right decision or not. Their argument is, I've not seen that given for someone else.
Yeah.
That's what they say, you know.
Not whether it's right or wrong.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a heavy touch, no one there. So.
Well done.
Well played.
Now play. Look at me.
Come on.
Move away. Man on! All left foot. Go on. Alright, that's
Keep
not
it.
bad.
Well done. We don't have much else he could do there, really. Did he? No one in front of him.
Good. One thing we should be able to still do is play it out from the back because we've got the same amount of players still there. Lovely, Zerks.
Xerxes been a much better focal point than Hoyland.
Yeah, he's like a. What was that striker called who came in last time at first season of Eric Ten Hag?
Don't say.
Yeah.
Wegos.
What he did for us, in terms of what he did for us as a team. When he played, he was a focal point. You could play it up in the air to him. You can win it. You could play it down, lay people in. Obviously, didn't score. Pretty similar.
He's got a lot more finesse about him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He looks better. But that's what I'm saying. A little bit of an upgrade on him.
We've got first contact on every attacking set piece, on it.
I actually would rather him instead of Hoyland. To be honest,
I put a post out there the last day of the transfer window saying we're not going to sign anyone except for a new Weghorst, and then the amount of people that got back and said we've already got him.
No, to be fair, I'm saying like what he gave us for that.
That's what
that
I mean.
end to the
A lot of
season.
people would prefer him to.
Go on, Xerxes.
Go on, lad.
Oh, he's got pace, has he?
Go on.
A little bit of a power burst there.
On the moves when he wants to.
Yeah, and he was going to
There you
do
go.
a very low percentage thing after.
Come on, Xerxes.
He does. He
You
has
know
a
you're
bit
not
of a
about
tendency
that.
to do that, doesn't he?
You're not about that.
Like, do you know one of those people where like the
Good
highlight
highlight
video
reels
ends before the shot?
Yeah.
That's one of them guys.
Look at that man. Look at his pace. Cut.
Oh, look at that.
Look at the nutmeg
Where's the
before
pass?
we give it away. Yeah.
Just about to pass it, and then it comes to the next clip. He's a bit like that at times. But the fact that he's got that about him at least is something that no one else is doing at the moment.
Yeah, at least that's a bit fun
It's
to
something
watch.
at least, isn't it, boy?
Oh, that was perfect timing. Oh, he's gone off the pitch.
I'm very fearful about a Jaden Fuller-Jean hat-trick at Old Trafford.
Yeah, that can't be allowed to happen, surely.
Full of jeans. What's his name?
Fuller-Jean.
Philogene.
Perfect
See there,
timing.
run off the ball, good pass.
That's the kind of
in
pass you
behind.
want to see put in when Hoyland got up there, didn't he?
But we don't make that run like that, and we don't make the pass like that.
Yeah.
It's just
It's never
we
done,
don't do
is it?
stuff like that. Oh, we're so static. That's why we have to play it round the outside all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's the only place where you've got some space without having to do any runs.
Look at Ipswich, man. See, this is what... Just bringing on more championship players.
Yeah.
Veteran, he does a decent job with them.
Is that the guy who
He
the
got injured.
tackle was on?
Yeah.
That seems to be...
He must have a problem then with that.
Yeah.
Go on. When's that Newcastle equaliser?
So he might have a little bit of a problem from that tackle, because that looked like a pretty dirty, not dirty, but Oh!
Just
who
one
did you see?
second, by the
Casemiro.
way. We're just going to reset the streaming software. We'll be back in about 20
Casemiro's
seconds,
coming in.
so stay where you are. I think we should be back. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone.
Yes, you
Hopefully
know-
that's going to cut out some of the clipping and cutting that we've been having there. Casemiro's coming on. Who's he coming on for?
Please don't take
Is it
him off.
Xerxes?
No. We don't-
No way Holding survives.
He looks like he thinks he's coming off.
What's he saying? Yeah, no other score.
I was gonna
it's
say
Hoyland
Yes,
coming on.
it couldn't have been Xerxes.
Come off.
Hoyland off for Casemiro.
Yeah, that bang the put. Beautiful day in Manchester, all set to be ruined about 7:35 p.m. Bang now.
That's mad. They did score within 5 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah, that's
It almost feels like cheating, that sort of prediction, though, doesn't it? Because it feels like...
not really. Give himself a 5-minute window, which
Oh
is
yeah,
a
I
lot.
know. Obviously, very impressive. But we are... I just still can't believe how bad we are in the first half of games. I know we ended up, 2-1 at half time, 2-2 in the end. But we just, every single game, they had a shot within like 40 seconds, didn't they? And they were up within 4 minutes. It's just like, that sort of tweet shouldn't have a 50% success rate, should it? It's just
No, but I
ridiculous.
imagine if you looked at the sort of you got all the data together of games we have been bad in the first 10 minutes compared to the ones we haven't.
Yeah.
It probably weighs more towards the odds in the favour.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That was actually a more than 50% chance of that tweet coming true. God, it's not good, is it? Bon Vivant, pardon me. Bon Vivant. Would relegation get rid of the Glazers? Let's not find out. I doubt it, in all honesty. I doubt it.
Does that mean a love of life, bon vivant? Like living quiet?
It should do, yeah.
I just hope we've got enough to be able to buy the players we need for next year.
Viva is life
Bon,
usually,
yeah.
isn't it? Bon, good, love, yes.
Good love of
Is
life.
there something that I need to know about this penny pinching that will allow us to get like lots of players next year or something?
We can get lots of players from the academy.
Might help. Yeah, I don't know.
So so what's the whole point of all this then?
I guess I think when you add it up, so if you add up like the few million that we got for the tickets, the couple million we got from wages, the couple million that we got from the few 100,000 we got from bonuses or what, I think when you add it all up, when you save the money we save on food and on staff for the canteen or whatever, I think they would say, well, add all that up and you're looking at 10 million quid or whatever. And then, that means that, obviously in this instance, they've spent all that on sacking Ten Hag anyway. But that might mean that, well, that's 10 million, that's someone's wage, that's a player's wages for the season or whatever. I think that's what they would probably say. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I think it's all these little things that on their own look pathetic or insignificant or punitive or whatever. Add them all up, we might be 10 million quid a year better off. Again, is it the right way to do it? I wouldn't do it that way, but
Get rid of the team bus and get everyone on a train. That'd be good.
Horse-drawn cart, whatever we can
Why
do.
not? Imagine that though, because a team bus costs quite a bit. It's like 400 grand.
Well, they are on a train half the time, aren't they? You see them in Stockport train station, sat in the waiting room waiting for it. So I don't know what that's about.
Going to Newcastle on the train.
Yeah.
Getting off and get an Uber. It's crazy.
Yeah, people talking about they're getting the books right for the Championship next year. That's a good point. 500 quid for the Christmas party. Add that onto the list. Although, to be fair, a Christmas party for 1,000 people does not cost 500 quid. Not that I think they should have cut it, but...
£1 each? £1,000.
Cost 500 quid for 6 of us.
And you don't know whether they put on like what's the limit?
Get a bucket in it.
Open bar. There's not been an
Open
open bar since the Glazers came in, let alone Ineos.
Open bar.
They don't even want to pay a bartender. It's bring your own booze now.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been open bar. But open bar's like what, 20k?
Probably. Yeah. Depends how many people are there, doesn't it? But yeah, it's a lot.
I went to a wedding. Last wedding I went to was open bar. But quite a well-off family.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last open bar I've even been to. It's been a very.
And but they weren't like. I'd say there's probably what 60 people there.
Still a lot though.
But I still thought that this is gonna be expensive. But
yeah, you got to have money to have an
Dean's
open bar.
got bread though. No, he wasn't his wedding. It was his son's.
Well,
Love it.
No
one in there though.
Oof. Again, he's got 5 men round him now. Like, you get to that point, and then what? Come on, let's not let these little easy passes go here.
These guys will give it back, you know. They're not ready.
Look at this, look. We just don't win the ball back high up at all, do we? I know it's hard with 10 men. Wayne List says Jim will insist on men each week to save cash if win. I can't quite get to the meaning of that, I'm afraid. Apologies. Peter Drury says with Rashford, Sancho, Shaw and Maguire likely leaving, which young English talents should United sign?
Let's get Angel Gomez back.
Yeah.
Again,
but I suppose it would be on a free, wouldn't it? So
Yeah.
that would minimise some of the ridicule.
Yeah.
But it'd be another one where it would almost be like people would be so ready to slag United off for getting it wrong, letting him leave in the first place. Again, it goes back to what we were talking about before the game. He probably needed a move away from United to become an England level player that he has become. If he'd have stayed here for the last 4 years, there's no way he'd be playing for England.
Look at Alanga as well, for another example.
Elanga's a great example. Even Rashford is a great example. Someone that should have been talent-wise starting week in, week out for England. And if you look at every single tournament that Rashford's been to, he's never been a guaranteed starter in anything. He's always trying to prove himself. I know obviously people will say, well, he's not good enough, but I just think if he'd have been at somewhere else...
switch off, have we?
I know.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Ooh! Oh, you covered it now, did you? Covered the back post? Oh, nah. Diving when you don't need to.
The thing is, 20 minutes, the way the game's going, I don't know, man. I don't know if we see it out. I feel like Ipswich have got 1 or 2 chances to go in it.
Look how far wide it was when he dives.
He's making up for...
I did it that time, Gaffer, look.
It's a net dives per game stat that he's going for. I feel bad for Onana. I just feel bad for most of
all the players.
Do you know the players who I don't doubt their application or how much they want to win? Like Onana, I've never once considered that he can't be arsed or that he's just Dalot. Dalot's another one. I just think
He tried to do the keeper there.
He's crossing the ball to.
So do you think there are players that don't apply themselves as much?
Well, no, but if you look at for instance, I think obviously one of the reasons Rashford isn't at the club is because there seems to be an issue with maybe off the field application, whatever Amrim has said. I think Casemiro at times, to be honest, can't be asked doing the running he should be doing.
I think that's why he slides in, innit?
Yeah, because he just wants to get it out of the way. If I get the ball back, great, and if not, at least it's over and done with. Genuinely, I think there is an element of that to it. I don't think the team's littered with players who genuinely just don't do anything, but some players, it's clear that they're properly going for it. Yeah, they just can't. It's just
Rashford's
not quite working for him.
He doesn't run for lost causes at all. At full pace, trying his best.
That's the thing, isn't it? Especially on Twitter, it's like people will criticise personalities rather than.
Come on, what you got? What you got? Ah, you've just knocked it far too far.
No one, but again, here's the ball there. There's never a United player within 15 yards.
I know.
Of him, is there?
I don't know, man. 10 men and he's ran channels, got a throw in the final third. We can't be.
No, he's done well. I'm just saying.
Can't be over criticising that.
I was just hoping he's going to try and do something, and he's just overhit it and let the player get it. I would have thought he's dribbling against the guy,
he has, hasn't he?
Drop, bang, you've got to drop a shoulder, cut inside and hit it.
Future on EastEnders.
But he ain't really got that in his locker, has he? So
not in 17 for him now.
Yeah. Come on, flick. That's a foul. He literally doesn't look at the ball and just steps across Xerxes' jump there.
Zerx, back up quick. You ain't got it. Just give it. That is.
I'm not going to give it. He's not going to give either of them, is he?
Who's that?
Don't be getting a yellow card now. Be quiet, Bruno.
Yeah.
Chill out now. Just carry on playing. What you don't want is a goal to be scored just because of that now, and then everyone going crazy because it wasn't a foul. This is where we need to just not allow a goal.
We've got 15 minutes before stoppage time. Do you think we'll hold on, Sky?
Yes, I do.
Do you, Ronaldo? Do you think we'll win the game? Do you think we'll hold on?
I'm not sure,
I'm never sure.
I just feel like there's one big chance at least that Ipswich have got left.
They've not had big chances though, have they? That they've created, I mean.
No.
As long as we can keep our,
something keep our shit where together. There's a shot, even if it's a P-roller. You never know with this keeper. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Delict's quietly had a decent game today.
Yeah.
Done some good
Defended
stuff.
quite well.
I think the all back three has.
You're also had a good game, I thought, as well, going forward.
You always look good.
I'm right, yeah.
And your own Delict have actually pushed up with their men, like, right up into the opposition half, like, obviously Amorim wants them to do. They've done that well.
All you got to do is put that bad ball in again. Test the keeper. And that's it.
Yeah, if they just get the ball in the box and have a shot. And Arna's overall ability we can discuss, but no one can deny that he's in awful form and awful confidence. He's probably thinking, I beg that there's not another shot on target today.
Yeah.
And because he'll know that his hands will feel like fucking there's just nothing in his gloves at times. Like everything he does goes wrong at the minute. So if they have a couple of shots on target, one of them will probably end up in the back of the net.
That's what I'm worried about.
O'Brien, man.
Equalised for Everton.
Thought it was either
Everton not messing about.
Arsenal goal or Newcastle equaliser, but guess not.
You want Arsenal to win?
I'd rather Arsenal win the league than Liverpool.
I hate these Arsenal players being able to say anything. Like, they're annoying me, man. Like, I don't even know too many Liverpool players.
Just at least make it interesting.
Yeah, to be fair.
Go on, Bruno. Good lad.
Not bad.
I'm not gonna lie to you, 3-2 up, do you want down to 10 men, do you want your wing back flying in trying to score? I don't know.
Now he's running low.
Yeah.
It's a bold move.
And now they're
Euro's got that.
Good on Euro, that's good. Good cover there. Across from the left to the right as well.
Yeah, he's knackered.
He's knackered now, Bruno.
Fucking hell. Won the ball back there.
My days, he ran that far. That's a lot of running. And then ran back as well afterwards. He's ran from basically...
You see that interview at Alex Otonzebi saying how hard the Premier League is physically? Saying that, like, you run like 10, 11, 12k per game at least, but you spend a lot of it, and he was talking about in zone 6.
Which is what? Heart rate?
Which is like
170 and 200.
Like, your heart rate, dude, that's why we saw a lot of those probably cardiac stuff. It's just like a lot of strain, and he says the game's become so much about physicality.
I mean, if you look at the pitch, the way we're seeing it, we can probably see about 15 players.
Like that burst.
Almost all of them are walking. So most of that 10 kilometres is sprints. So it's like you go from like walking to sprinting to jogging.
That's what it is.
It's just so many
recovery.
Sprint, anaerobic
sprint.
sport, and it's not you're not just jogging constantly. It's like, but you do cover a lot of ground. For example, Bruno there on the counter bursting forward we won't know, but he's probably already run nearly 11k and he's done that.
Yeah.
And everyone will be like, the average I'll be watching that saying, get back, or
I know.
And you know what's funny? I would like, that sprint forward, I want someone to put
one more, come on,
the equal effect that he was feeling doing that, like after with the distance.
He wouldn't have felt that because he would have been running on the ball. He would have thought, let me.
You
just
always
run,
get a burst of energy when you get the ball.
And then as soon as that ball goes, you're like, oh my god, I'm so tired. Give me the ball, and you get the ball again, and you can go again. You're like, what? Why have I got all this energy now?
You're absolutely knackered, breathing, and then as an attacker, and the ball comes to you, and all of a sudden,
you got some energy.
You got a bit of extra energy then. But then as soon as
this is it, as soon as you lose it again,
as the ball goes, you're like, shit.
Free kick to Ipswich here. Was it probably 35 yards out? Not quite close enough to have a shot, I would have thought. Another sub for Ipswich as well.
Ben Johnson.
Was he from Norwich? No, I mean not Forest.
Coming off.
Was he from Nottingham Forest? Was it that?
No, West Ham.
Oh yeah, centre back.
I think he's just
young.
Was
that the young centre back?
Right back. Ben Johnson.
Who was the one that everyone was raving about then? At centre back for West Ham when he came, really young, 17, had like a couple really good games.
Reece Oxford.
Where's he at?
I'm not sure.
Remember that? Everyone was talking about him. What a player he is! How good is he?
He's 26 years old and he plays in the Bundesliga for Augsburg.
Oh, okay.
So obviously he's a good player, but he's played one season from.
Right.
One game from this season, sorry.
What?
Oh no, he's playing for Augsburg too.
Oh, okay.
He's playing for their backup team, the B piece.
Should we loan him? Should we?
He hasn't got. Hang on, his Wikipedia anyway doesn't list a single.
Should we loan him to Ireland?
Reese Oxford.
Who's that now running? Is that okay?
Bless you.
Messi. My sickness is starting to
Let's
leak.
go. We gotta get this win now.
Two good
man.
one.
The prediction looking good right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The boldest of all the predictions as well.
Love that.
Joe's Kindle says, as money's so tight, do you think we'll sign some sort of agreement with Netflix for a fly on the wall type thing? Casemiro eating a Scotch egg.
Why not?
Because it's going to be the most
It'll be the worst ever.
embarrassing fucking shitfest of all time if we do.
Yeah.
The amount
Why
of
would you
clips
want to
on
be
social
seen
media
playing
that
like
come
this?
out from that,
Yeah.
if we ever did one of them.
Oh.
Honestly.
And what would it be called? Like, I don't even know.
What would it be called? Yeah, like...
The Great
I don't
Decline
even know.
or something.
Riches to
stupid.
rags. The Manchester United story.
Oh my
Theatre
days.
of
There's
laughs.
always someone
Yeah,
dribbling
exactly.
I know.
where they look like they're falling over every minute, man. It's always that gets the defenders out of uncomfortable. Oh my god, they've got Ben Johnson on corners.
What position he play?
He's just not a corner taker. I don't know, that was very strange.
Good defenders back again.
Good player, Jack Clark, man. But these are like really good championship players.
Yeah.
And then
Not
he was very highly
quite.
rated when he was in the champ.
No wonder.
God, another corner.
That was a good corner, wasn't it? Jesus.
My God.
He's just not. I don't want to be disrespectful. He's not a corner taker though.
Well, you said it from the first one, didn't
He's
you?
like a non-attacking
This is the third
fo-
one in a row. That's not bad. Oh.
I knew I jinxed it.
Yeah, it was a decent corner, that.
But he will say every professional footballer should be able to take a corner.
Yeah, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? But then there's certain players you think, if I see Chris Smalling taking a corner, I can't imagine it going well. Certain, do you know what I mean?
It'd surprise you. Though, because it's attempts in it. You've seen awful corners from good set piece takers.
Of course.
So it's like if you give Smalling 5, you'd put in at least 2 of them will be okay. At least.
Probably.
No, you're not going to be very bad, no.
No, you can strike the ball, but there's some players like that you think of and some that you just don't. Who was it? Was it Kane, wasn't it, taking them for England that Gary Neville still gets stick about?
Yeah.
And you think Harry Kane can strike the ball as well as anyone, but
that's a foul, ref. Come on.
everyone's still. Come on, fuck off then. The whistle went a minute ago, you dick.
Okay, no.
There we go.
Absolute bellend. You keep running into him for. He did this last time we played him as well. He's a bit of a dickhead, isn't he, Delap?
Trying to get another man sent off, is he?
I think that was frustration because he's been pocketed by Maguire today, and then that thing with your guy.
Yeah.
He just ran into your guy 3 times for no reason.
Yeah, after the whistle's gone, just keeps running with him and keeps challenging him. You're like, fucking, is the game stopped?
But why do they have to give yellow cards to both players?
Yeah, they always do with these, don't they? It's proper cop-out stuff, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know that one as well?
You're
where
both getting it.
Sitting on the fence.
Do you know when before a corner's being taken, if there's a load of fighting in the middle, whenever the ball just gets swung in and immediately just give a free kick to the defending team, even if nothing else has happened? Has he done that? Has he doubled up?
Mazza's got a yellow for no reason.
Is he the one who steamed in?
So what are you doing?
Yeah, okay. Actually, to be fair, he didn't actually book Ugarte. He booked Mazraoui for following it up.
Alright, that's alright. What a Mazza.
Because he wins the ball there and he's like you said, he's just frustrated. 1,
He's all
2,
anger. It's all frustration.
3. Fuck off. Yeah, Mazraoui. I like Mazraoui there. That was good.
Love it.
Over him.
Yeah, Xerxes pushing Xerxes away. Nice to see a bit of fight though.
Love Mazraoui.
One more.
Oh! Is there no one offside there?
Nearly got your own goal then, Ronaldo.
Most threatening player.
No, they won't check it because it wasn't a goal.
Maguire's
but I'm
head again.
sure someone was offside.
Little flick. That Casemiro little flick.
No one is there. Corner to United, come on.
Our 2
We're basically Arsenal from set pieces now, so let's get a 4.
Casemiro, I back.
We've got some Casemiro,
He's a
Dele,
header.
Maguire, We should be winning this.
Ethan, any idea how he's playing?
Newcastle don't even try at Anfield, do they? Let's be honest.
No. For who? Oh yeah, shit. I keep forgetting.
One of the great. Go on.
Keep forgetting it's like in
That's
line.
not bad.
I keep thinking it's in line with this. Like there's all 5 minutes left.
No, there's some. It's like half an hour later, isn't it? Actually, is it 12? Is it 8:15? Yeah. It's 45 minutes later.
It's City and Arsenal's game that are the same. So
Okay.
Arsenal's is apparently, I think, still 0-0. I'm not sure. And then
Yeah, it is.
Tottenham's is still 1-0. City. Potential late goals, hopefully. I don't know what that was about.
Well, it's just.
Was that some sort of juju or something?
He's trying to cast a spell, Geordie spell on you.
I mean, God forbid.
Come on, guys. Not long to go. Keep this football going. Defending pretty well. Not allowing them to get a shot in.
Yeah. That's one thing we have done quite well second half is defended. We've let them have the ball, but in these areas.
Oh! Well done.
Well done.
I love the fact that the 6-second rule
Caught
for
it.
keepers don't exist.
No. What do you think gets adhered to less, the 6-second rule or the foul throw rule?
6-second rule.
Yeah.
Keeper.
You can have it for
Is
10
he allowed it
11
now?
seconds. No, it's still 6 seconds, but
No one ever gets pulled up.
has Onana still got the ball? Probably?
He's probably still laying on
Yeah,
it.
look,
Yes.
Onana's still got the ball. We've been talking about it for 20 seconds.
He collected the ball at 87. He's had the ball for over 20 seconds there.
Yeah.
And then kicked it.
But he doesn't get ref, does it?
No, not at all. But it's one of those
Makes
rules
sense
that-
though. I think 6-second
Yeah,
rule.
if you
it's a
mess
bit
around.
daft. I think that's a bit too
Six
not enough
is
time.
too quick, yeah.
Yeah, that's not enough
Especially
time.
if you having to lay down on the floor
Offside.
to catch the ball. If you,
Yeah.
if you
Keep
dive,
holding the
What
ball.
about when you catch it and then you just dive on the floor
and
anyway?
just fall down. Gloves in your eyes, ball in there just for ages. And you've got like all your teammates like slapping you on the sides and like staying down for as long as you can.
Like that's, they'll find a way, won't they? Players always find a way to waste time,
Yeah.
whatever it is. You go down. If two defenders go down, if two defenders go down at the same time, they can't come off. They can't come off the field. Remember that was
Oh, is that a thing? Because like if you
Jose
go-
was telling them
I didn't
both to
know.
go down at the same time, so then they can't come off the field.
because they can't make them both come off because it's too much of a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So they neither of them come off.
Yeah.
I love that. Just it's just glitched and neither of you have to do anything.
Arsenal's game's already well in stoppage time. Are we a little bit? I wonder if United's game. Did we have a bit of added time or something?
Yeah, I think
Actually.
so. We had 6 minutes in the first half, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
I was confused then because I
Before-
keep thinking it's in line, and I looked. Then it's like the 93rd minute for.
Is it still 0-0?
For Arsenal's game? Yeah, they've got like a minute left in stoppage time. Otherwise, it's 0-0, and then.
Come on, United.
If they don't get a goal, Arsenal, the league is over.
Yeah, but you don't know. Newcastle could turn it around second half.
Is that it? Is that what it is? How many points? 12.
The only thing is with
It'll be well,
15.
as it stands, it'll be 13.
The only thing is with that is like
it's over.
Arsenal dropping points, and then like if Liverpool drop points after, Arsenal will be like, oh yeah, great, but is
So
it
just
great?
back to where you
Is
were.
it great, or is it you've missed out on opportunity?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what they keep saying, isn't it?
Or have you
Every
missed
time.
or have you missed out on opportunity to like close the gap when Liverpool drop points? Because I think most times that Liverpool have dropped points, Arsenal have then dropped points as well.
Yeah. That's what's going to always
In the
happen
same
with
week, do you know
them.
what I mean?
They never capitalise. That's what I mean. You go, oh, they'll drop points there, they'll drop points there. Yeah, so you're not going to continue winning, are you? You're not United of old.
Yeah.
Because they need to be pretty much perfect, and
Yeah.
for the rest of the
And that's what we used to do, innit? We used to go, we're winning all
That's
our
the issue
games.
Liverpool actually
so
have.
if you lot drop,
The
we'll,
thing
we'll
with
catch
that,
you.
like City 2-0 scored that one.
I thought. Who scored?
Haaland.
again. The thing with
Haaland,
Arsenal
sorry.
is
I thought he slid that across like a.
Mamouche, probably.
What time was that goal?
5th minute. Is it Haaland?
That was
Probably.
definitely like Tottenham. That was definitely a goal where Tottenham have gone all out, and it's like
Why
a 3v1 counter attack. Do you know what I mean? Where
There
there's like
you
one
go.
defender left.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're almost seeing this. I think we're seeing this out, man. Stop.
Well done.
Arsenal and Forest drew 0-0.
Yeah.
Love that. Flaws says we're quite good at being shit. Up against it, trying to see out a result like a League One side of the cup. That's when we're at our best. He might be right, you know.
We found our level.
He actually might be
We're
right.
actually
Glad
able
we need the win.
to
We
see it out
need the
against
wins. We
this
need the
team.
points.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
2 more minutes, guys. Come on. We can do it. We can hold out, surely.
Yeah, I think we can.
At least we got the win. Well, at least we probably will get the win that I thought we would get. Let's get there first.
Yeah.
There's 3 minutes to go. You never know.
Yeah, 3 minutes to go. Bruno Fernandes, player of the match. He's just... The thing is, he don't even have to do that much that's that brilliant, but you just watch him play, he's just trying and he's just always working as hard as he possibly can. And there's a bit of more quality than anyone else as well.
Did he assist all the goals?
Ericsson, I want you to do this with me. Like,
sure, you know.
when you come on, whistle blow. Who's that else coming on as well? Who's that? Lindelof. Liberties. Not even going to get appearance bonus.
Lindelof has spawned.
I don't know, but the one that came off...
No, he got one assist because the own
back.
goal, no one gets an assist for that.
Right, okay.
But yeah, he got the one for the Maguire header, the last one. So bloody hell, Lindelof's coming on.
Bit too late for appearance bonus. Need at least, 15, 20 minutes to get appearance.
Yeah. I've been fuming, but I'm not going out.
Nah, maybe.
Who's coming off, do you think?
It's funny, like in the NFL, they have incentives like that in their contracts, and their team plays to it. So like they'll have stuff like for a certain player gets 100 catches or something like that. But he'll get an extra 3 million or something like that.
He's on 99 now.
It'll be on 99 catches, and it'll be like they'll purposely design a player just
to get him
just to throw him to get him it. And then they'll all celebrate going.
Give me some. Give me some.
Whereas the CEO upstairs and he's like,
Yeah. Well, it's weird though, isn't it? Because the way that it's not, it's all very. To say America's like the most capitalist country in the world, the way that their sports are done is almost like socialist, communist.
It's communist, yeah.
It's proper like
parity.
Everything gets leveled out. If you're too good, you get a disadvantage. If you're bad, you get. Everyone has to spend the same. Everyone it's mad how, and there's no trade fees. It's just you trade our players for your players. Yeah. It's all very like egalitarian and.
You say that.
Get the first
you
pick,
do
though.
say that, but I'm not gonna lie to
you.
you. You say that, but there are teams that are shit for 10, 15 years.
Oh, of course.
And the teams that are better because it's just the way
there's always going to be
people are run very good look of players.
And certain people live in different places more than others, so I get all that. But like compared to football, which is like just pure, other than FPSR, pure capitalism.
Yeah.
The American sports are like, we've got to level the playing field, and every season.
Is that good or is it not good though?
I think when you're in a country as big as America, it can work. I don't think it can work anywhere else. Like that many people and that much money in one place. It's basically like having all of Europe as one league.
Yeah.
And we would probably do things differently if that was the case.
Yeah.
Got no seconds left, basically. Hopefully,
is there time added on for this?
Yeah, for the
substitution.
I guess.
Yeah, it might be
another
95.
minute.
Might be 95.
Launch it into the box here, Ipswich. Come on. Hold them off. Go on, delete. Go on, son. It's jumped under it.
Time.
He's got it. Go long. It's all right. Come on.
Go on, Ericsson. Get him.
Yeah, I think it's probably 95 minute.
Yeah, probably.
Or 30.
Come on.
95.
It's going straight out that.
Leave it.
It's over,
That's
ref.
got to be it now.
Goal kick and done. That'll get to 95.
Take 30 seconds to kick this. It's got to be done.
We got the win.
We will have in a minute.
Dorgu didn't cost us anything.
Yeah.
City goal disallowed.
Yeah, 1-0 finished.
Who was it anyway?
I think it was Haaland. Disallowed. Come on, blow up. Just kick it as far as you can.
Don't be getting the yellow. Just kick the ball now. Ref blow.
Why not? Just blow your whistle. What do you mean it's not finished yet?
He's in.
There's a goal kick's being taken a minute after the allotted time, and we're not giving the thing.
Call the ball as well.
Just fucking blow the whistle. We don't need a free kick.
Another minute.
What's happened in stoppage time for there to be another minute and a half? A couple of subs? Putting 2 minutes on for a couple of subs? Why is there not fucking 20-minute stoppage time then, if that's what the rules are? I just...
He's blowing today as well.
Come on. Get 10 yards back. Can we just blow the whistle now rather than like...
Nice.
What are you doing? What the fuck is going on? Why are you giving yellow cards and free? Just finish the game.
You always know a deliberate
What's
leg.
he doing?
You know what it is? I get scared about injuries there because you always know a deliberate leg swipe
when
is
you're
going
holding
to
the
go.
ball off like that, they're annoyed that they've lost. They're pissed off. They're going to go through the back of someone. That was all right, but next time, if he's like, what are we doing here, ref? 3 extra minutes
That was
for fucking what?
Was that yellow
Can you just
card?
blow the whistle? What are you doing? Honestly, stuff like this makes me so
They
mad.
won't be able to attack now anyway, that's it, it's over.
I know the game's over.
We'll do this, Joe. We'll do this.
Ref, just blow.
He's on side.
Right, let's get a goal, boys.
I was going to try scoring it.
What's going through his fucking...
Oh my gosh, can't we get a pen?
Why is the game still going?
Ref, come on.
There we go.
There we go.
What great fucking hell.
94 to
United
97
won
and a half.
3-2 with an extra 3.5 minutes of stoppage time for no reason whatsoever. I mean, Nathan, I'll start with you. We're back for the full live review in a minute, but just your quick thoughts on that.
You know what? They surprised me. The man in second half, I thought we wouldn't have enough to be able to win it. And we managed to actually get chances in the second half.
Yeah.
And actually play a game like we had 11 men. Like we were still the better team, I would say. We defended really well, which I didn't expect, again, as well. So they surprised me in many areas. It surprised me getting another goal. Surprised me limiting Ipswich to not really much.
Yeah.
Anana's not had anything to do in the second half. And we've just seen the game out and we've got 3 points. I know I expected us to get the 3 points from the beginning of the game, but the way it panned out, really, the odds were against us, but we've really done well there. I got hats off to United for winning that.
Scotty, what did you make of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it was a game that we made difficult for ourselves. I don't think Ipswich actually attacked our net with any sort of intensity throughout the game. Both their goals came from our mistakes, whether you blame the first one on Dorgu or Onana, or the second one was definitely on Onana. But aside from that, they weren't really at the races against United. We were the victims of our own errors, as has been the case most of this season. And like Nathan was saying, comes out the second half with 10 men, you sort of expect the narratives to be of games past and the opposition to be on top of us. But Ipswich didn't have it in them, and United definitely grew into the game. And yeah, we probably could have lost this game on a different night, so there's progression in that. But as far as I can see, this is just another game chalked off, a nothing win and a nothing season. I just can't wait till next one.
Ronaldo, United up to 14th in the league now.
Yes.
I'm just
let's go.
Just happy to get the 3 points, really. 3 points close to safety, and
I can't believe it. I can't believe
but also, just from a mentality perspective, I feel like just winning games, it gives you at least a little bit of confidence and a little bit of belief that the squad does need. I think when you're constantly drawing games and losing games, it can become a little bit of a habit. So no matter how you win, it's always good to win and collect 3 points, and hopefully you take that as a little bit of encouragement to start performing better. I thought this game today was... 11v11, I thought we were more, other than a couple of mistakes and giveaways, I thought we were largely in control of the game.
Yeah.
Just the usual, not really creating enough against a poor defensive team. But I thought we were threatening from set pieces, almost Arsenal FC'd it a little bit. But not much. I think we did well to kind of ride the game out with a man less as well. Solid enough, defended well. We still had a little bit of threat when we broke as well.
Yeah.
And I think when you've got 10 men for more than half a game and you see a game out and win, as a player, that definitely, as a team, it gives you a little bit of a morale boost. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Because everyone came together and ran.
Easy to do that.
And what I can't criticise is you saw work rate and you saw effort from the lads today.
Definitely.
They worked for them 3 points. So
I feel like
happy enough.
We're good. We're actually alright. Do you know when the thing required is just like being a bit gritty and difficult. We can do that. It's when what's required is a bit of flair and a bit of idea and a bit of talent. That's when we struggle. But in those situations where you're down to 10 men, your back's against the wall, we can kind of do that, which is something at least. We're back for the full review in a few minutes as well, so stay where you are. You'll automatically be taken to that review. We'll go through exactly what happened today. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Ronaldo. Thank you, Scotty, as always. Thank you for joining us at home. Manchester United 3, Ipswich 2. We'll see you in a bit.